What it is? How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about K-Pop Demon Hunters. That's right, the newest sensation sweeping the nation. I know we're a little behind, but listen, better late than never. We're going to talk about the whole thing. We're going to talk about the routines, the fandoms, all the music out here, the effects, the animation, all that grand stuff. So if you want to hear what we have to say, sit back, relax, grab a snack, grab a beverage, and listen on in to the first ones to die.
Hey everyone, welcome to the First Ones to Die podcast. My name is Jonathan. We're here on another lovely summer day, and I am here with Alex and Jerome. Alex, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Not much going on in my life. I was looking at this weekend. I mentioned the Bite of Seattle happened this weekend. If you live in Seattle, you know what I'm talking about. Which, if you went, you saw that it was like overpriced and crazy. And I was so sad about that this year because they really did cater to like people who were just like coming here for tourism and stuff. All the food was ridiculous. But I did get to hang out with my sister this weekend. Instead, we hung out by the pier and just, we were actually, so we completely missed it. Apparently there was like a Seattle torch parade, which was like some schools.
Like Seafair? My mom.
Yeah, like the opening of well, we didn't know what was happening. So we heard some commotion outside her apartment building because it happened on Alaskan. Or that was the end of it, where it ended, right by her building. And we went outside and we caught like literally the last school band and the pirates at the end. We were so upset. We were like, we should have came out when we first heard the commotion so we could have seen the parade at least, but at least we got to see the end of it. So
you got to see a little bit of it.
Yeah, literally, I've done nothing this week, which has actually been kind of nice because I feel like I've been doing a lot lately. So right now, I'm doing good. I haven't done anything, which is nice. How you doing, Jonathan?
I'm doing good. My week's also been kind of low key. On Saturday, I went to a camp themed party. It was fun. It was like, dressed like you're going to summer camp. There was s'mores, which I haven't had a s'more in a minute. I forgot how delicious s'mores are. So good.
I think I've had s'mores like once in my life, really.
Ooh, next time we get together, we gotta make some s'mores. We gotta make some s'mores. I was going to say s'mores. But mine was my second s'more was a little raw. I didn't cook the marshmallow as long as I should have, but it was also taking too long and the stick wasn't long enough. So you would hold the thing up to the fire and you could only hold it for so long. Otherwise it would, like, your hand would get hot. So, but they were the square shaped marshmallows. So they were perfect and ideal for s'mores.
Boo.
I feel like that's cheating.
Original, so you can squish it. That's the best part. When you squish it, when you mash that marshmallow in there and start spreading, it's good. Like, that's the classic.
I don't think I've seen a square marshmallow. Well, like ones that are like baked.
They sell
you know what I mean?
That are sized like the cracker, so that way you
it's
easier to get a spread. Like, it's easier
that's
for them
such a
to
cheat.
like fit. That's what I'm saying. It's not the same.
It's cheating.
It's not the same.
You gotta get messy. You gotta get sticky and uncomfortable. Like, ugh.
That's right.
Hey, I got sticky as well. That sounded wrong. Anyway, moving past that.
Let's get a sip of my drink. Let that just sit over there.
It took me a second too. I heard it, but my brain was like, wait a minute.
I did not this weekend, but the weekend before. I saw I Know What You Did Last Summer, the reboot, or the requel, as you would call it.
Yeah.
I recently watched that clip back.
So many people argued with me on TikTok about that. From that clip on TikTok. Well, they didn't argue me because I didn't argue back, but they had a lot to say. They're like, "No, it's not. It's a sequel.
Very dissatisfied by that.
It's a prequel." I'm like, does it matter? I am making commentary.
But I thought it was a lot of fun. It's getting like mixed reviews.
Yeah, the worst review I've ever heard so far is I watched I finally saw I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I know what I did last summer: watch good movies. And I was like, well, damn, that's just mean.
Oh, did Brandy appear?
No,
Well, okay.
don't tell her if Brandy appears. She's go watch the movie.
Wait, are you gonna watch the movie?
Yeah, I do want to see it, but like
Exactly.
I wanna know.
It's just like the dog and what was it? The King?
You can't tell me.
I know what movie you're talking.
Yeah,
with Mark
the one
Wahlberg.
with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
You can't start to tell me about a movie with a dog that's injured and his owner is trying to fight for his life to get him back. You know, to
You
get him
even-
off.
you
can't do
you
that.
even asked
It
if
was
the
injured.
dog.
You assumed that the dog was going to die. No
You
one
even
said
asked.
that.
You asked if the dog died in what was the my favorite movie from last year?
Robot Dreams.
Robot Dreams.
This
The
child
animated-
animated movie.
I'm very concerned about animals. I just want to know they're okay. It's also I can't watch that movie Flow, the one that
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with the cat.
with the black cat. I get distressed when I see it because I'm like we're so worried that the reason it won so many awards and people are like crying over it is because I feel like the cat's gonna die at the end. That's why people are getting so emotional about it. So I'm like scared to watch it. I hear it's amazing though, and it's really.
That's if you can watch it. Someone did a thing where they were trying to watch Flow, had goddamn talk about trailers in front of AMC movies. This thing has
I
damn
heard
near
about that.
10 minutes of logos in front of the movie.
There was another movie I saw recently that had that as well. I can't remember which one it was, but
I mean, I
that's
get
a-
it.
that-
It
that's
requires a
thing,
lot of
yeah.
stuff to make these movies happen if you're really low budget. It requires you to get maybe work with a lot of different publication houses and studios and whatever.
But it
still.
gets to a point, and it's at that point they should just I don't know, put them all. There's probably some contract where they have to have their own separate screen or something. But it's like, dang, do we have to have the full?
Just
it's
put
that
them all
Family Guy
on the screen at once. And
Yeah,
so,
it's
and
the
so they
whole
all happen
fact
at the
that
same
they're-
time.
little own movie because there was a horror movie I watched recently myself.
Late Night with the
where-
Devil.
No, that one just had a horror.
Because Late Night with the Devil does do that. It's
Yeah.
literally about 2 minutes worth of those.
Yeah, but there was another one which was the same thing where it was, but it all starts in the same because they're all horror production companies.
Oh
Or
yeah, so
deal
you
with
think the
something
movie's
of
about
that
to
genre?
start?
So you're like, okay, creepy house. Nope, the house is just inside the logo. Okay, finally this. Nope. Okay. All right, we're slowly moving through a window. Nope, it's a logo. Okay.
It's like-
I don't even know how this movie's supposed to start. So how am I supposed to get prepared?
yeah.
Don't help when the logos are part of the movie. They've integrated the logo into the intro to be all creative and stuff. And it's like, when does the movie start? Is this still the logo?
Oh, kind of well, did they do that with Beetlejuice? Or because no,
I haven't seen that.
they did that. I think that you haven't seen Beetlejuice.
Stop saying his name.
They had it.
Are you trying to summon
I
him?
know you.
It's 3 times consecutively. Can it be? Can he be summoned? Beetlejuice, and then a proper break, and then saying his name again. It doesn't count.
How do you know? How do you
Because
know, Alex?
They would say Beetlejuice's name. 20 minutes later, they say it again in the same conversation, mind you.
Imagine she just gets
You never
taken
saw
off screen. by Beetlejuice.
No, he don't want her. He wants Winona Ryder. All right, he's looking for her.
Which a lot of people overlook. He was after her when she was 16. And he's like, what, from...
Oh.
Yeah, it's creepy a little bit.
Ooh.
Then again, Beetlejuice is creepy. Anyway.
So I recommend going to watch it. It was a fun time, especially if you liked the originals. You get your nostalgia in there. And the new cast is really good as well. I guess not aforementioned because we weren't talking about him while we were recording, but Tyreek Withers, who's going to be in the new Jordan Peele produced movie with Marlon Wayans. He was really good in it. And what's her name? Madeline Klein. I think she was on Riverdale or something.
Bruh,
I
let
don't
me tell
know,
you
but she was
something.
good as well.
That Jordan
One
Peele
of those shows.
thing reminds me, like, you can't be a black director and make something great, or else your name is just gonna be slapped on anything and everything to sell something. Because they put Ryan Coogler's name all over Ironheart. That man executive produced that movie. He had barely anything to do with that show, and they were like, from Ryan Coogler, executive producer, and it's like executive producer is small print because they want people to think, oh, Ryan Coogler made this. No, he did not. Stop thinking that.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele's the same way. In fact, the Eyes of Wakanda trailer just came out. The new animated series about Wakanda, all over, from Ryan Coogler, executive producer, director of Black Panther. It's like, yeah, AKA not director of any of these episodes.
Got his name
Stop
though. They got
doing
his
that.
name.
One more the last thing for me, I actually posted it on my story today. There's a new show coming out August 8th on Stars, and it's an Outlander prequel series called
you watched
Blood of My
Outlander?
Blood. So I don't yet, but I will be watching this new series because someone I know is one of the stars of it. His name is Jamie Roy, and back in 2020, we actually took an audition class together. And he's one of the 4 stars of this TV show, this new Outlander show. Literally saw him on a billboard as I was driving down Sunset this weekend.
Cool.
And I posted on Instagram like, hey. So yeah, hey, in this game in Hollywood, you never know who's gonna pop off. So it's inspirational to see that he's literally on this major TV show. I know the cast was at Comic-Con this weekend, and yeah, so it's been really cool to see.
That's cool. Good for him.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Return's coming up next, Jonathan.
Hey,
I'll see you on the screen, small or big, doesn't matter.
Hey,
you'll be out there.
I appreciate that. Well, Jerome, how has your week been?
Man, I've been busy. It's been a crazy week. Been watching movies, enjoying music, hanging out with the fam. Me and my cousin have been hanging out and stuff, and then I was with my dad. But also this past week, I got to watch some stuff. First of all, watched Happy Gilmore 2 on Netflix, which was actually not as bad as I thought it would be. It's still not better than the original. You know what I mean? It doesn't touch the original. In fact, a lot of this new movie is just being like, hey, remember this thing from the original? Remember this guy from the original? To the point where they even showed the scenes. In case you did forget, it's like, oh yeah, you. Flashback scene from Happy Gilmore 1. Flashback, back into the thing. But I do appreciate that they did. It does feel like, unlike most of these sequels to comedies that came out 20-something years ago, this one actually feels like it has a story to tell about Happy Gilmore going through alcoholism after a tragedy that happens to him and stuff. So it has a story to tell. It doesn't tell it like amazingly well, but I did appreciate that element to it. Also, I thought it was kind of cool that Adam Sandler had his family in the movie. Like, I think both his daughters, one of his daughters plays like a main character role, but I think his other daughter may have been in there as well, and his wife are all in the movie. So I guess this was his family time, and he's like, let's make a movie together, which is kind of cute. And I appreciate how this movie handles, because, for those who don't know, a lot of the Happy Gilmore cast in the original movie were kind of old or on the older side. And so there's a lot of the characters that have passed away now. Well, a lot of actors who have passed away that were some of the most classic people in the first movie, including people like Carl Weathers, who played Chubbs in the first movie. And they do a really great job paying homage to a lot of those people and giving them kind of their spotlight. So that's kind of cool. Because, I feel like not a lot of movies do that or go the extra mile to do that. A lot of times they'll just do a statue or a picture or something. But nah, this movie goes out of its way to be like, no, these characters were important to Happy Gilmore, and now they're not here, and so we're gonna do it up.
Honor them.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool.
In a way.
So Happy Gilmore 2, it's not amazing, but it's alright. It's a good time if you just turn your brain off and just enjoy it. Also got new album from Tyler the Creator in the same year as Chromacopia, which I love Chromacopia. I thought that was such a good album. And now we got Don't Tap the Glass, which doesn't feel like as like put together as Chromacopia, but it is fun. So if you want some Tyler the Creator music, check out Don't Tap the Glass. It just came out this past Monday at the time of this recording. So there's that. Also, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia just started their new season. And the only reason I'm really talking about it is because for those of you that watched the crossover episode with Abbott Elementary and were like, man, I just couldn't get enough. Well, good news. There's they did the reverse of that crossover, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So there's more Abbott Elementary It's Always Sunny crossover content. It's very fun. It's really interesting because it's always I felt like the crossover in the Abbott Elementary episode was really good of taking these characters from It's Always Sunny and putting them in Abbott Elementary without sacrificing who the characters are and being like, no, they're still them. Just we're not going to show you all of the grimy parts. It's the same thing here where It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So, we get to see our main characters, Mac, Dee, Charlie, all those guys, and they're completely who they are. But the Abbott Elementary characters don't get sacrificed. They don't sacrifice who they are to fit into the world of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Although there are some raw moments. There's one in particular with Janine where I was like, God damn, what the damn, Janine, you gonna do him like that? But even that scene was like, oh, this is just Janine, the Janine we don't get to see as much in the show. So yeah. So I wouldn't say if you're an Abbott Elementary fan, if you have never seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you might not like this episode because it's really mostly about the It's Always Sunny cast. But the Abbott Elementary cast members all show up. They all get some time to shine. It's a fun time. So that's mostly what I would talk about.
I'm mad that when we went to the Warner Brothers studio tour, our tour guide specifically asked us, and I know from experience because I was a tour guide at Warner Brothers. Our tour guide specifically asked us what shows do we like? And one of the shows that I know I said, and I think a couple other people said as well, was Abbott Elementary. And on the tour, she totally just breezed past the fact that we passed by Abbott Elementary. I mean, I did get a picture in front of it, but we didn't stop.
She said it was also, she was like, oh, does anybody watch ER? And she mentioned how it used to be the front of the hospital. So she did focus on more of that than the actual it being Abbott Elementary.
I think it may be because she has also, I don't know how many fun facts are available for Abbott Elementary. The show's still relatively new as far as sitcoms go.
Oh, you could pull something out. And you could talk about some of the other stuff in that area and not just focus on Abbott. Sorry, I don't mean to drag this lady, but she
did a good job. It was a fun tour.
We were together. That's what made it fun. Friendship.
And then before I get into my last thing, I also want to do a quick RIP to we lost a few people this week. Actually, we lost Malcolm Jamal Warner in a very tragic accident. He was on vacation and unfortunately drowned. And so for those who don't know him by his actual name, he is most famous for playing Theo in The Cosby Show. And he was an amazing actor. He's done so many great things. I think the last thing he was doing was The Resident, I think, among other projects. But he will be sorely missed. We also lost Ozzy Osbourne as well, lead singer of Black Sabbath at one point, and then leader of his own band and his own solo career as well at a point. And he is often considered, I think, is it the godfather of heavy metal or the father of heavy metal?
I think it's the father.
Okay. But he's a legend in the rock world. And just also from everything I've heard about Ozzy Osbourne from like other people who have actually met him, they say he was the nicest guy, cool dude, a little crazy because he did a lot of drugs and stuff from back in the day. But for the most part, cool guy, a good guy. And so he will also be missed. And then also, I don't know, Hulk Hogan also died. Anyway, moving on.
Thank you for bringing the appropriate energy towards the last.
Yes. Yeah, no.
And then I was like, so RIP to the first two with enthusiasm. And I guess
Prayers.
No,
and
not even
sorrows.
RIP.
Prayers
I guess the last one died. Like, thoughts and prayers.
And sorrows.
Yeah. And then the last thing I did this past weekend and watched was Fantastic Four. You got to do it with the choir sound because that's like the new thing now with the new Fantastic Four theme. The Fantastic Four. First steps from Marvel Studios. Mini review from me. I loved it. It was so fun. It was such a fun movie. I had such a great time. This has been a great time to be a Marvel fan for once. Thunderbolts, now Fantastic Four. I think the best thing about it is it's just I am glad to have some vindication. I've said for years that if you want to make the Fantastic Four work, you put it in the 60s. And damn if it don't feel good to have the Fantastic Four in the 60s. Like, all the characters are great. Eben Moss Backrack's voice is the thing. I mean, it's just a regular voice. But the fact that, he has that New Yorker just accent down. Joseph Quinn's great. Vanessa Kirby is honestly the standout as Sue Storm. And for the first time, Sue Storm actually has things to do, and her role in the movie is not I'm the hot one. It's just like every character gets something to do. Galactus is great. Silver Surfer is great. And much like how we talked about Superman feels very hopeful, this one feels very like inspired. Like it inspires you to explore and be scientific and learn and try and, be curious about the world around you. Like there's a big world out there. And also because it's self-contained, no homework. You don't got to watch another Marvel movie ever if you want to understand this movie. Just go in cold and you will have a good time. Even the mid-credits scene is within its own universe. So it's like no homework necessary, which I think is the best thing about this movie more than anything else. You can honestly just go and have a good time at the movies with some superheroes. So can't recommend you go see Fantastic Four enough. If you've been waiting for a good Fantastic Four movie because you thought the 2000s ones were okay and the one in 2010 whatever was trash, you finally got one. Here's your Fantastic Four movie that's worth a damn to go see. So, Fantastic Four, first steps, go watch it. And then, as we do with a lot of these episodes, media news. Do you have anything? Sorry.
I was going to say something, but no, then I remembered. Actually, yes. So I realized we didn't record really last week. So the weekend before, we never talked about our weekend before, which the weekend before last weekend was Jerome's birthday. His 30th birthday. Yeah, we never got to
why did I think I heard applause at some point? I thought...
I'm a little stoned, man, but like...
Are you having a stroke?
I didn't hear any applause.
You all right?
It sounded like someone started an applause, like sound effects.
Spell your name backwards.
But I'll do it.
Yeah. Spell your name backwards?
Nahtanoj.
Okay. Witchcraft.
So he's not having a stroke.
I was also going to say how we went to Dimension 20 Live when they came to Seattle.
Yes, that's right. We did see that.
Yeah, which was like absolutely amazing to see like the whole Dropout. Yeah.
Well,
to see Dropout, cast
one Allie Beardsley, but I'll let you go to Dimension 20 to find out why Allie Beardsley was not there. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's great.
Beardsley is
it's great.
A-okay.
And they handled the show amazingly without them too. So, but yeah, it was a really great show. I absolutely love the energy. I was talking to my mom about it, and I was telling her, I was like, when you go to a lot of places that are kind of crowded, even though you're kind of there for the same thing, it's still like different energies, and it gets tiring and it's like there's just so much around. But when going to a place like Dimension 20, where it's all the same nerdy energy really projected around, it makes it even so much better because the crowd has the whole vibe going. That's like, I loved it. I had a lot more fun than I thought I would because I'm not a fan of like too crowded places, but like, yeah, the crowd from the energy was great and the show was great.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You wouldn't think that going to see 5 people play D&D on a stage would be as entertaining as it is, but they really make it work. I mean, they're all professionals. They've all been on stages before, but it's a lot of fun going to see Dimension 20 live. And then also, like, to speaking out the crowd, also, I love that most of the Dimension 20 community, as far as I can tell, if not all of the Dimension 20 community, are so nice. It's nice to have a nerd fandom that actually is like kind to one another and treat each other with some levels of dignity and respect. And, like every person we ran into while we were there was so cool. They were so nice. You could just spark up a conversation with anybody and everybody. And everyone was so receptive and so kind. I know you gelled a little bit with the people sitting next to us.
Yeah.
And then I
that's because I kept like bumping into her with my leg too. So when you're constantly having to apologize to the person next to you, you get to know them a little bit.
Yeah, we had a cosplayer photo bomb, a picture we took together, and they were actually really cool, really nice.
The person that we were with painted their whole body blue, or at least the visible parts. I was like, that's commitment to turn yourself blue for a show.
Yeah, Dimension 20 Live was a blast. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, it was your birthday gift. It wasn't really an invite. It was for you. Because your 30th. You're the last of our friends to turn 30.
This is true.
Man, you were 29
How does it feel
for so
to be
long.
in the 30 club?
No different.
Really, your
I
knees
still feel
hurt
dead
yet?
inside, and that's okay.
It'll only grow.
But speaking of nerd stuff, I do have a thing to start. Oh, yes. What's up?
Sorry. I forgot to mention in my moments. Watching the show on Netflix. It's called Building the Band. It's like been, I don't know, publicized as Liam Payne, his last project that he worked on before he passed. And it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It's essentially Love is Blind meets X Factor. And it's these people, these 20-somethings, singers, they want to be in a band, and they're in these pods. They listen to each other, and they essentially build their teams without seeing each other. And then they perform, and then a group, they narrow down each group, eliminate each group one episode, and then one group wins the entire show. And I won't spoil it, but the group that wins, I thought definitely deserved it. They were really good.
That's an interesting concept. Is it like actual band or like band boy, band girl style?
They don't really play instruments, so it's more like boy band, girl band, or you can create a mixed band, so guys and girls.
Okay.
But that's
Yeah,
it.
Pandemonium.
Just wanted to mention.
Yeah.
Boys and girls singing together. What is this?
Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, I was like, have I ever heard like that? No, yeah, Black Eyed Peas is one.
Black Eyed Peas, or like
or Paramore, I guess, to a degree.
Yeah. Or what's it called? Pentatonics.
Oh yeah, Pentatonics.
I don't think I listened to them.
If anyone's ever heard of S Club 7, they're from like
I've heard
the
of
90s.
them.
Yeah.
No.
I don't remember them, but I've heard of them.
But it's not as, they're not as popular as like just straight up boy bands or girl groups.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Excuse me. I had Taco Bell earlier. I was burping that up. Anyway.
So what's your media news?
Well, first of all, at the time of this recording, just passed San Diego Comic-Con. Jonathan, you mentioned it earlier. So we got a few things out of San Diego Comic-Con. First of all, we got a new trailer for the new season of Gen V, which I'm excited for. Because Gen V was so good with its first season. For those who don't know, that is a spinoff of The Boys. where it's, certain characters in the boys universe in college. This time around, it looks like we're finally going to get a lot more crossover of the boys, like coming off of the boys season 4 and how that ended. We're going to get a lot more crossover of the boys season 4 with the Gen V cast this time around. I'm not going to spoil it for you too much in case you haven't seen the trailer yet, but it looks good. It looks exciting. It looks interesting. And I think Gen V is honestly one of the better spinoffs from a popular TV show that I've seen. Honestly, I'm more excited about this than I am The Boys season 5, just because I like Gen V season 1 so much, even though I like The Boys. And so I'm excited for Gen V season 2. Can't wait for that to come out. I think that comes out later this year, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Let me double check here just to make sure. It comes out, yes, September 17th. So September 17th, be on the lookout for that. We've also got a new trailer for those like actually thinking of D&D stuff. We also got a trailer for both a sneak peek trailer for The Legend of Vox Machina season 4. So for all my Legend of Vox Machina fans, that's coming up. And then also the more bigger trailer that people were really waiting for is a sneak peek trailer for The Mighty Nine, which is another Critical Role show based off their second campaign. And arguably, I would say arguably their more popular campaign, because I feel like people love Legend of Vox Machina, but Mighty Nine, I've seen a lot more memes, a lot more fan art, a lot more like cosplayers. There's a lot of people really love the Mighty Nine. So I feel like if you're not into Legend of Vox Machina, maybe give the Mighty Nine a chance once that comes out. But it's another D&D show, but same vein, new D&D characters on adventures doing things. It looks fun. And then we also got, I think this is from San Diego Comic-Con. Either way, I'm going to include it in here. Got a new trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Oh, I'm excited to see that.
Yep, it's getting a release.
I still haven't finished that movie on Peacock. I watched the first. I watched the first like 10, 15 minutes, and then I was done with my meal, and I never went back to it.
You sound like me. Don't be me, Jonathan.
Well, you got plenty of time to get prepared, Jonathan, because it doesn't come out till December 5th, 2025. So, rocking into the winter season with Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
At Christmas?
No, December 5th. So, the top of the month.
Hey, that's only like barely 4 months away, man. Time moves.
At this point.
I mean, that came out in 2023? And he still hasn't seen it? So, like, your time has really, like,
I wanted to see that movie in theaters, but I just never got around to it. And then
I did I watched it. Oh, really quick on my saga of Jurassic Park. So, I got a ticket for
Did you see
last... 5th time.
That means no.
No. Yeah. 5th time. I got a ticket. And I was like, I'm going after work on Thursday. Like, I got everything planned. I'm
just
literally
wait till
going
it's
straight
on
from
HBO
work.
Max.
I got sick. I literally got physically sick. I had to go home.
The universe doesn't want you to see this movie. Okay?
I just want to watch dinosaurs.
The universal does not want you to see this movie.
Clearly, I feel like at this point, I'm like literally going against divine intervention.
But hey, you're their biggest supporter because according to them, you've seen this movie 5 times.
Right, exactly.
You're contributing to their numbers. So.
Great. Can't even watch the movie, but at least I'm helping in some way. Yeah, I genuinely, like, being the fact that I got physically sick this time, like, I puked, I went to bed for 4 hours, I don't know what was up with me. I'm scared to what's going to happen if I try a 6th time. Like, my car, that's what's going to finally break my car. Trying to go drive the 10 minutes to the theater, that's what's going to kill my car. Trying to see Jurassic Park.
At that point, a ghost is going to show up and be like, look, goddammit, you're not going to see this movie. What part of that do you not understand?
You need to drive to the theater, be there, and then book the movie like 5 minutes before you're about to walk into the theater. That's what you have to do.
Are you sure? Are you suggesting I trick the universe? Universe doesn't know what I'm doing. I haven't bought the ticket
or something.
Yeah.
The second Alex buys the ticket, the whole theater is gonna explode. It's gonna be like, oh look, all the projectors are down, y'all. We can't show Jurassic World. Universe gonna be like, you think you slick? What, you thought we didn't have backup plans? Thought we didn't have contingencies? We knew you was here.
Watch, Alex is gonna Scarlett Johansson and Jonathan Bailey and Mahershala Ali are gonna come to Alex's door and be like, "You are Jurassic World's biggest fan. Congrats. What was your favorite part of the movie?" And then Alex is like,
No, Alex,
when the dinosaurs showed.
Exactly, when the dinosaurs showed up. That was my favorite part. When the T-Rex came and did that thing, you know what I'm talking about. I don't need to tell you. You was in the movie. You know.
Is there a T-Rex in the movie? Or I've heard there's been dinosaurs.
It's a Jurassic Park movie, Alex. Of course there's a damn T-Rex in the movie. There always is a T-Rex in the movie.
But like, no, I thought the whole island, the point of the island was where they were the Janelle failed experiments and like the ones that were too dangerous.
Yeah,
so
and their failed genetics,
yeah.
the failed genetic
No,
T-Rex that looks like every other T-Rex is just gonna be right there doing his T-Rex thing.
No, these mutant I'm not gonna spoil anything, but they are effed up. Like these mutant T-Rexes, they look effed up, and you'll see once you watch it eventually.
I think I'm gonna give up. Maybe I'm gonna try one more time this week. I don't know.
Don't give them more your money.
Technically, I am on the AMC A-lister account, so I get 3 tickets a week.
Okay,
although it's still, I'm
now.
helping their. Oh yeah, 4 now. So I can waste 1 ticket trying to see Jurassic World the 6th time.
Hey, that's what I would do if I had like a friend or family member, or if I was in a movie, I would use all of my tickets for my movie so that the numbers would go up.
I'm just really trying to support my friend now.
I see. Well, speaking of sequels, we also got a trailer for the bane of my existence at one point a few years back. Mortal Kombat!
I'm surprised it took them this long for a sequel. Because didn't that come out in 2021?
I think the pandemic didn't help. No, the movie came out in 2020 during the pandemic era.
Oh, that's right.
I thought it was 2021. Because I was living here when it came out.
I think it came out the week.
No, you might be right. It may have been 2021 actually.
Because I remember watching it here.
Because it was during that year when they were just giving movies away. April 23rd, 2021. So yeah, it was during that year where you could just watch movies on HBO Max for free. So yeah, 2021. But the pandemic halted progress, and then I think also some other stuff happened as well. I think also casting for Johnny Cage took a while for them to find the right person. But they do have him now, because Carl Urban, baby! Carl Urban as Johnny Cage is in this movie, and it feels like, based off the trailer, now if audience, if you've been a longtime fan, you know I did not have such nice things to say about Mortal Kombat, the first movie, mainly because of one. Hold on, wait a minute. Actually, he's right here. He needs to be present for this damn. Hold on, I got him right here. He's in the back.
One day Jerome's gonna move so fast, he's just gonna pull everything off his desk with him.
Figure.
Cole Young. This man single-handedly ruined an entire movie that should have been a slam damn dunk.
I love how you bought that as well.
I know.
Yeah.
It wasn't okay. Audience. It was not a surprise box. He knew which figure he was buying.
No, I chose the name. I very much chose to buy this, but it's okay because here's the thing: I and many other Mortal Kombat fans, and even some non-Mortal Kombat fans, told the studios, "Don't you put him in the next goddamn movie." All right, it's not Louis Tan's fault, but unfortunately, he's the representation of all that was wrong with that movie. So this time around, they were like, "We hear you. So you know what? We're starting over. Basically, we're doing the whole thing over again." So it's based off this trailer, it looks like Johnny Cage is the new main character, as he should have been the first time, with Carl Urban playing the titular character. And we're also getting what we should have got the first time. We're getting the Mortal Kombat tournament. We're getting some awesome action sequences with Scorpion. We get a lot of fun characters this time around that we didn't get the last time. Cole Young is still in the movie, by the way. Louis Tan is still in the movie. He was in the background, no. He was far in the back. It was basically, if I'm Johnny Cage, I'm just like, hey, what's going on? I'm Johnny Cage. And literally the size Cole Young is right now in my camera might as well have been the size he was in the damn action, the actual movie, because he just sitting there blurred out in the back. Nobody sees him. They tried their best to keep him out of the trailer as much as possible. So hopefully I don't want Louis Tan's character to die. I know I said that in the last review, but I don't want Cole
If he
Young
dies, it's your fault.
If he does die,
that death is in your head. You said
that's
it out
okay.
now.
But I don't want him to die.
Clearly, the universe is listening.
I just want him to not be the main character. But irregardless, it looks good. Fatalities look good. Effects look good. Those things looked good in the first movie too. So it looks like it's a lot of the same. Kano's back. Thank God. He is the best part of the first movie. In fact, all the returning cast is back. I mean, this is still a sequel. So Macabre Brooks is back. Jessica McNamee is back. Like everybody's back. Hiroyuki Sanada, of course. Like, so it's like, you know, if you like the first one, something wrong with you. But if you like the first one, you're getting more of the same. If you didn't like the first one, it looks like you're getting something different. So everyone's happy, I think. And it broke records actually, as like with the amount of viewership as like a rated R YouTube trailer. Like it broke a record of how many views it got. So it's getting some positive buzz, positive reviews. So Mortal Kombat 2 comes out October 24th, 2025. Looks like everyone's really excited to see it. And then the last thing we're going to talk about, because coming with my Fantastic Four experience of going to go see Fantastic Four for the first time, the man's done it again, as he does every year when one of these movies comes out. He released an exclusive trailer in front of Fantastic Four, and I'm talking about none other than your man, the latest and greatest, James Cameron, has released the Avatar Fire and Ash trailer. And it was exclusively in front of Fantastic Four for 3 days because it came out this morning at the time of this recording. And it's finally hit the internet so everyone can see it. But I got to see it on the big screen before I get to see it on my small screen on my phone. And I have to say, it looks good. And not just in a literal sense. Story-wise, it looks good. It looks really interesting. And it's only funny to me because he's doing all the things I said that they should have done in our Avatar 2 review. I was like, what's going on with the volcano people? I like this. Like, what if there's a Na'vi group that ain't so cool? They just like, look, I wish you would bring that shit over here. I'm going to whoop your ass. And sure enough, that looks like that's the plot of this movie. It's another Na'vi group that's like, look, we sick of the bullshit. Now stop bringing your goddamn helicopters and shit over here, or we will kill all of y'all. We're tired.
Over under 3.5 hours.
It is slightly over at 3 hours and 12 minutes, according to Google.
Oh,
so
the runtime is already all right.
Runtime already up.
3 hours and 12. I'm not watching it. I don't care if we're gonna review this shit.
That's okay.
I'm opting out
because you didn't watch the last one. You didn't watch the last one, and it made the review that much more fun because the two of us just got to describe it to you.
First of all, don't gang up on me.
No, I'm saying it's a good thing because maybe that could be our thing for Avatar reviews. You don't watch them, and then me and Jonathan go give you the details.
The last one was 3.5 hours, right?
Basically, yeah.
God.
Why don't they include an intermission? That would be so.
First of all, the last one didn't need to be 3 hours. There's a lot of footage he could have cut. I bet you there's going to be footage in this he could cut.
No movie needs to be over 3 hours in general. The general rule, no movie needs to be over 3 hours.
But I will say,
there are some hour and a half movies that I'm like, ooh, this could have been cut down a little bit.
I will say this. The movie does look good though. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like it does look good. Here, I'll give you only a little piece because I know Jonathan is allergic to trailers. Like a little piece. Look at that. Look at that. Look how gorgeous them Hallelujah Mountains look. The dragons in flight. We back in the water with the water Na'vi, the aqua Na'vi as we called them in the review. Look at that. Look at Kiri. Look at her. R&B couples together now, I think. I don't know. It's hard to tell. to be quite honest.
Wait, so are the blue people like Earth or is that air? Were they air?
What?
What element were they? Because the last movie was like water and something, and then this one's
Look,
fire
they've all
and
mixed
something.
at this point. We've left the jungle Na'vi behind, but who knows? We don't really entirely know what's going on. Here they are. Hold on. Yeah, see, it's all mixed together. There's whales.
I like how you were like, I'm only going to show a little,
Right.
Let's
It's
go.
shown-
and
No, you get
showed
48
like a
seconds
full,
out of 2 minutes and 25 seconds. There you
You
go.
won't show
You
the
get
full
48
minute.
seconds of Avatar goodness. Audience, if you're just on the audio side of things, go on over to the YouTube channel. You can see what we were looking at, or just watch 48 seconds into the trailer and you can see what we were talking about. But nonetheless, it looks actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited for an Avatar movie for once because it looks like they're doing some interesting things. Because I've always said my issue with Avatar has never been that the movies are good or bad. It's always been that they've been kind of middle of the road. They haven't been exciting for me in the story department. And it looks like this one is going to finally have some intrigue, some different stuff going on, different factions, a lot of tension. So I'm excited for Avatar Fire and Ash. That comes out December 19th, 2025. And I'm sure it'll once again be the movie to dominate the winter season going into January, because I don't imagine anything else beating Avatar 3. So that's all the media news I got for you today. Hope you guys learned something that fun, or heard about something that you're like, ooh, that movie looked good. I'm going to check that out. So we'll see.
I'd like to actually get to a theater to watch any new trailers that are coming out.
As long as you don't go to Jonathan's theater, you'll be all right.
Hey, when I saw I Know What You Did Last Summer, perfect movie experience. It was an amazing movie experience.
Did you go to the same theater or did you go to Burbank?
I went to Burbank.
Exactly.
Oh, God. It is the Grove.
Because Batman was there to make sure shit went right. He was like, I wish they would come in here messing with Jonathan Keyes. Or else I'll show them what happens in Gotham. Turn your cell phone off.
That row, if you go to AMC, they have the Prime Theaters, which is like AMC's version of Dolby. And there is that row that I don't know.
Wait, what do you mean AMC's version of Dolby? AMC has Dolby.
No, but it's their like own. They made it.
I see.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which, and it's like if you watch a movie in the Prime Theater, it's pretty much Dolby. But there, and some theaters might be set up different, but the one I walked in, the row you enter in, there's that row, and they have some seats there like scattered in that row. It's a perfect row to watch a movie in because you got the reclining seat, so you can lean back, watch the movie. You're not at a weird angle. You don't have to worry about the row in front of you, and because I got long legs, so sometimes my feet be touching the row. So it's just great. It's great. You feel like you're watching a movie in your own like private theater. But anyway, I already had an AMC commercial last weekend. So you know what movie you don't have to go to a theater to watch? KPop Demon Hunters on Netflix.
Yeah, you just need.
And that is a movie we watched this week, and we are about to review. So folks out there, if you don't know, KPop Demon Hunters, it is about a world-renowned K-pop girl group who balance their lives in the spotlight with their secret identities as demon hunters. Directed by Chris Applehans and Maggie Kang, and stars Arden Cho, Mei Hong, Ji Young Yu, amongst many others, including Daniel Dae Kim, Joel Kim Booster, Liza Koshy, Ken Jeong, and a few others.
And Byung Hun Lee, who many people from the Netflix sphere may recognize, considering he also plays the frontman in Squid Game.
All right. So basically, if this is your first time listening to one of our reviews, we'll first start out with our non-spoiler thoughts, our general thoughts, what we thought about the movie. Did we like it? Did we not like it? Then we'll give you a warning before we go into our spoiler thoughts, and we'll dive and dissect every part of the movie. Jerome. So this was your suggestion.
Yes.
What did you think of K-Pop Demon Hunters?
I love this movie. It's so good. It's like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I can't say how much like I gush about this movie. First of all, just like before we even get there, I'm gonna just give my grade now because it's like you're gonna just hear me blow about this movie. It's an A+. It's an A+.
You're breaking the system. You're breaking the system.
Yeah, that's right. I'm breaking. I don't give a damn. For this movie, it's worth it. I will gladly tear this whole damn. I'll burn this motherfucker down just to let everybody know that this movie's an A+. Go out and watch it now if you haven't seen it before we spoil it.
What do you mean go out and watch it now?
You can stay in and watch it.
No, go out. Go and tell the world. Play it with a boombox, speakers ready, out your window, and let everybody hear some K-Pop Demon Hunters. Let the world know, all right? This movie needs to be on every screen and every eardrum possible. It's that damn good. I love this movie to death. And what's funny is I wasn't even going to really watch it. I had heard about it, but I did not watch the trailer for it. So I didn't even really know what it was. And then I saw like the still on Netflix and I was like, oh, it looks like a cute animated show, whatever. And my cousin, I said a few weeks back, or actually, no, last week, but a few weeks back, 4th of July, top of July, my cousin was here with her daughter. And she was telling me how her daughter loves the movie. And her daughter just can't get enough. And she was like, I think you'd like this movie. It's like animated. It's great. It's fun. You should watch it. It's really good. I liked it. I was like, okay, I'll give it a watch. From the first 10 minutes, hooked instantly. Could not get enough of K-Pop Demon Hunters. First of all, I do like K-Pop. I'm not necessarily like a huge K-Pop stan. I don't have like a favorite group per se. I'd say the closest is maybe Blackpink. I really enjoy Blackpink's music. But I do like a few K-pop groups, Monsta X, 21, BTS and Blackpink, of course. I do like he's not a group per se, but technically Psy is a K-pop artist. He's pretty good. So it's like there's a lot of K-pop artists that I really enjoy. But going into this, like I didn't know how much the K-pop was going to play a part in the movie, but I like all the music in the film. It's so good. All of it is really well done. It's really well thought out. Every single song is a hit. It's a bop. Already all their songs are hitting the Billboard top charts, every single one. And then on top of that, I enjoy the animation and the characters. I think this is yet another project in which they do that kind of slower frame rate animation mixed with 2D animation elements, in this case more like Korean anime elements, to like emphasize the characters' emotions and expressions. And it works here. It's super fun. It keeps it light. The story is nothing too like complicated or complex, but I think that works in this movie's favor more than anything else, because we're not trying to do a bunch of subplots. We're not trying to do anything like, I mean, there is a underlying tone definitely of commentary on things like, accepting yourself. You could even go as far as to say there might be some commentary on things like being LGBT or being biracial or something like that. There's definitely some undercurrents of that as well. But for the most part, this is a very simple story about these girls who are fighting demons. And there's more about, and then they learn, well, one of them learns that there's more to these demons than meets the eye. And that is as simple as we keep it. We do not go any more complex than that. There's not extra subplots with extra characters or anything like that. No, we're keeping it, we're staying locked in, we're keeping it in the pocket, and we're keeping it simple. And I think that's what makes this movie work so well. It's simple, it flows, it doesn't waste your time, thank God. It's just a good movie overall. So that's like my thoughts without spoiling too much. But honestly, if you like things like Totally Spies, if you like things like the Powerpuff Girls, if you like something like Turning Red, you will love this movie. Guaranteed. And if you have kids will be all over it. Show it to your kids. I promise you, they will have a good time. They may annoy the hell out of you by singing them songs all day, but to be fair, you're going to be annoying the hell out of them also singing these songs all day. Y'all be jamming in the damn car.
I did see a couple videos where it was like a dad driving. He's like, I remember when my oldest girls were into Frozen, and now the little ones keep singing K-pop Demon to me.
So yeah, check it out. Have a good time. Also, real quick, big shout out to the singers, because even though some of the actresses that play the main characters are singers, they do not sing the songs in the movie. So big shout out also to the singers. Some of them from the group Twice, but others are also just other vocalists from other K-pop groups who sing some of the songs.
If you notice, there was a Twice poster in the movie in the background.
Twice is the big group that they really are pushing on this project, but there's other artists from other groups that are also in this in the movie as the singing voices. So big shout outs to them as well. But anyway, Alex, you were already singing one of the songs before we started. So what you think of K-pop Demon Hunter?
Soda Pop is like forever now in my head. And it's so funny because I actually heard the song before I knew about the movie. I just kept seeing people dance to it. And I'm like, oh, I've never heard this before. It's very cutesy, very ear-catching. But then after watching this movie, I was like, oh, this is where it's from. Okay. It's a good movie. The animation is absolutely beautiful. And I love the usage of color in this movie. It's really a big part of the storytelling because how it separates the demons, it keeps them in the red and the good in the blue. But like Jerome mentioned, there are this underlying commentary about possibly being, biracial and dealing with those issues and how the colors mix as well in the movie when the main character kind of grows more to accept herself and who she is. Trying not to give too much detail, but yeah, the uses of color in this movie was beautiful, and using it in the way of storytelling and showing the main character struggle. I did love, I don't know if this is giving a spoiler, but the detailing that they had with the demons and they showed the markings on the bodies was like a big indicator. I liked it because a lot of times when you see that in animation or even in real movies and real TV shows, they make it kind of almost looking like scarring and like it's ragged and it's awful, but this was just kind of a solid stripe, and it was like a neater version of showing that they were demons because I was like, gruesome. But then again, this is mostly aimed towards kids, so I guess I doubt they would put something so gruesome, right? Big thing, music was bomb. Just there was not a song I don't think I didn't hum to. We're going through our favorites. I was like, Idol, man, is up there. That end song really got them. The full version. Now, apparently, the director did create 3 hours of content for this movie. And Netflix didn't have... Because Netflix, they're always correct in their decision-making. Didn't feel like this project was going to go very well.
Yo, immediately someone was talking about, where's all the Huntrix stuff? Where's all the Soulja Boy stuff? Where's all the gear for this movie?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you where it is. Non-existent, because once again, Netflix underestimates the power of Korean influence. But they did it with Squid Game, and they're doing it with this show, this movie, where they didn't think it was going to blow up, so they didn't bother making merch for it.
They find like one project a year, and they're like, okay, we'll just flood the market with merch. Stranger Things is coming back, so they're starting to flood the market with that crap again. But yeah. So Netflix, unsurprisingly, was like, this isn't going to do well, so you have to cut out so much material. Which means we could have had such a bigger movie or even an animated series of this, a few episodes. One of the things with Idol was cut, and there was actually not Baby, the one who has his hair in his face all the time. His lyrics, Mystery, thank you, most of his song was cut, which I was like, that kind of feels singled out. Like, you didn't cut anybody else, you cut him out though. But the full version, which is on Spotify or on YouTube, are just it's a beautiful, like really powerful song, and it just again all the singers in this were absolutely amazing. There wasn't a tune even when the demons were singing that wasn't like danceable and moving and willing to get trapped in your head. So yeah, no, I definitely love this movie, and I would recommend it just for fun too. It was just a fun movie, and it was cute in that animation way where even though the characters were badass and kicking ass, actually no, I'm trying to go into spoiler territory. Okay, it's a cute movie too, animation wise. But yeah, no, I definitely recommend it to people. I had fun watching it. What about you, Jonathan?
I agree with what you guys said. I really had a fun time with this movie. Netflix, they have a habit of randomly with these, especially with some of these animated movies, they randomly have, gems on their hands, and I feel like this is one of them. Um, Funny enough, I'm actually going to a K-pop concert next weekend. I'm going to see ATEEZ, and so that I saw them last year with the same group of people. They're on tour again this year, so in my mind, I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna be one of those fans. Am I gonna, absorb the evil, or is this gonna be the 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 sounds of the Demon Hunters?" But I had a great time. The attention to detail in the animation was so good. Like you said, Alex, the colors were so bright and vivid, which I really appreciated. Also, in terms of the story, I thought it was a really unique blend of concepts and ideas that you wouldn't think worked, but I think they did a good job in putting them together. Having a K-pop group who are also demon hunters, and it's not just these folks that are demon hunters; it's a long line of demon hunters throughout history. Um, I thought that was really cool. There was obviously some like Jerome, you mentioned the simplicity of kind of the plot. There were some cliches, that are seen in other stories similar to this that I noticed. Um, but I don't think it really mattered because it was just fun. Something that you could put on, the family could watch, and have a good time. So overall, I really enjoyed it. I had a great time watching this.
Nice. Well, that is our general thoughts. Audience, if you haven't seen K-pop Demon Hunters, you're the minority group that is, because this movie's been everywhere. We're about to get into spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled for K-pop Demon Hunters, you still haven't seen it, you haven't watched anything, and you're wanting to go in cold, go in fresh, log off, right now, like for now, and come back later and get the rest of this podcast goodness. But if you don't care about spoilers and you just want to, just enjoy the rest of the ride as we talk about this movie, or you have seen it and you just want to hear what we have to say, sit back, enjoy yourself, because we're about to hop into these spoilers real quick. Starting with my first question for you two. Who is your favorite of our trio of K-pop Demon Hunters?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say between Huntrix
Ooh.
and the.
Well,
the,
I'll like okay.
I was
We'll
about to
we'll
say.
add
I was about to say the
asterisk.
Soulja
Who is your
Boys.
favorite between the two
Oh,
groups? And then if you have, and then in that, and then then also if you have a favorite Huntrix character. But yeah, who is your favorite between Huntrix and the Soulja Boys? Who you rocking with?
Not the Soulja Boys, which I was about to say.
I'm rocking with the Soulja Boys. I like their songs. This is ones that got stuck in my head.
You
I'll
getting
follow
your
them.
soul
Sorry.
took.
Good luck trying to find it.
Jonathan, you getting your soul took too?
No, I did like Huntrix.
All right, Jonathan's soul is safe.
although, yeah,
Well, what
I'll
are
stick with
You super Hendrix? Is it because of your soul?
Huntrix. Maybe.
I'm a Huntrix stan. I'm with Huntrix. I'm part of the fandom.
They made me feel more. I'll say the Huntrix's songs made me feel more. But the guys like that Soda Pop song.
Apparently,
if you can.
I was gonna say I was reading Wikipedia. Apparently, they said in production that was the point, that all the Soulja Boys songs are supposed to be catchy but hollow. Catchy is the words they used.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to, whereas his Huntrix is supposed to be deeper and more more like emotional, and that's kind of the dichotomy between the two groups, which I think fits very well. I think they did great. They nailed it. They nailed that entirely.
One big thing, and it was cut from Mystery's lyrics originally, was that demons do a lot to conceal themselves. They do a lot to make sure you don't know who they really are. So that would make sense that a lot of their lyrics are very hollow and empty to put up this facade of like oh look, we're just normal guys, pretty much with no substance at all, just pretty guys.
But did you guys have a favorite of the Huntrix trio?
I liked Mira. She was just a vibe. Like,
Yeah,
and
I
her
was about to
aesthetic
say
was
that.
cool. She as much as Zoe is cool too. She was a little bit too eager at points. Mira, I would say in the K-pop terms, she was my bias.
Alex, do you have a favorite?
I did like Mira a lot. I was gonna say her, but you know what? With the way you insulted Zoe, I'm gonna go with Zoe.
Okay, is that actually your pick?
Yeah.
Or you just
No, I am, because she was the main like lyricist, and like rapper, and then also she had like the cool throwing knives too when she came into her powers. And she was like a little more bouncy. There's nothing wrong with that. A little bit of an airhead, I will say that much. But I like
Zoe's easily my favorite. She's my favorite of the whole group, and I think it's because I'm like, I think I'm Zoe. Or Zoe embodies a lot of the personality characteristics I have as well.
I can see that.
But there's just so many moments where my favorite is still when they're like they're standing on the kill Saja thing. They're like, let's go kill these guys, and out of nowhere, for no reason, like Kaka! I was like, that's me. Just for what the hell was that, Zoe? What are you doing?
She's just weird throughout the whole like, she's one of those characters that make her look like an airhead on screen, but then somebody's like, oh, do you realize how smart she was? And like does this whole compilation of things Zoe actually doing like really smart stuff. It's like, oh, it's that character that they always try to play as a fool, but is actually really smart and probably the only one keeping the team alive.
I loved in this movie how they incorporated so many things of not just the K-pop culture, but the Korean culture as well.
Yeah.
Like the on the K-pop side, like the fandom, I think they really captured that, how huge it is. And kind of in a way, the whole plot was like kind of a statement on how impactful K-pop artists are on their fans and on the world, because they can literally say or do something that would have such a global, not just on Korean fans, but the world as well. And on the Korean culture side of things, the food that they highlighted, just the like language. The way of the language, the way of life. When they kept trying to get her in that bathhouse, as someone who has recently gone to a Korean spa a couple times, it's no joke that Korean spas are incredible. They are amazing. So I don't blame them for wanting to, although it's a little weird.
Sorry, I was gonna say I've been dying to go to one of those, mainly because I want that full body scrub where they'll take a whole pigment off of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like they scrub you down, you turn a whole different shade. But I am like weirded out, like not weirded out, but like uncomfortable myself by I don't know if like all Korean bathhouses are like this, but there's like a pool area that some don't allow like clothing.
That's pretty standard. Like in the
I was gonna say that's
the
like
one I've been to.
Thing. Yeah.
The one I've been to, they have the men's and women's like spa bath area, and those are like you can't wear any clothes in. And then they have the co-ed area, and they give you this like uniform. And those have different. They have a whole bunch of what's it called? Saunas. Yeah. So one's like clay, one's salt. And they have like 5 of them. And then they also have like an area where you can just lay down, like read, be on your phone. They have a rooftop. They have a restaurant. Like it's really cool.
I'd love to go to a bathhouse like that. That sounds amazing. It really does.
Yeah.
Even the design of the tiger and is it the magpie is what it's called?
Yeah.
Like that is Korean, the like ancient Korean, or not ancient, but like old Korean drawings of those characters. That's why they look the way they do. Include even down to the eyes, the derpy eyes that the tiger has. That's in those drawings, and so it's an homage to Korean, like those old Korean images of those two entities.
When he was playing with when the tiger was playing with the flower pot, I wanted to take him.
See, but that's so like cute. What's really cool about even just the writing in this movie is that because his introduction is very creepy, like not just when we first see him with the glowing red eyes, but then when he's
like, if I saw that in the middle of the night,
eyes, yeah, it's terrifying. And then it's immediately disarming the second he knocks that pot over, and you realize, oh, you're just a cat.
Just a kitty cat.
Regular cat. And it's like, that's really, and no dialogue necessary, no commentary, just it's super simple. It's a simple thing to do, and it works with the tones, like switching them so fast. And I think that's one of the things I applaud this movie for more than anything else. Its ability to balance tones and know how to go into the comedy, out of the comedy, let the drama sit. Like it does it so well. Even with the music, the transitions of getting the music in is not an easy thing to do. We have watched some bad musicals where it's like, oh shit, the song's starting? Okay. All right, listen, I suffered through goddamn Amelia Lopez, okay?
Amelia Perez.
Whatever. I have seen
so bad you had to, so bad you had to change your name.
I have seen a musical that does not know how to throw its songs into the plot very well. This is not one of them. KPop Demon, like they do a really great job of just like knowing how to shift and change and flow into each scene and make it all feel cohesive. And that's like one of the biggest compliments to what makes this movie work. And makes it more special than just being just a kid's movie, which it could easily just been. It's just a kid's movie with some flashy colors and people punching stuff. And it's like that's really, really cool. I really dig that a lot. Especially when you guys talk about the colors, like the colors in this are really well done. Especially for a character, even though because we talked about Zoe and Mira, but the main character, Rumi, who is the leader of the group and is easily the blossom of the group. The whole time I was thinking Powerpuff Girls. The whole time I was watching this whole thing. I was like, these are just Bubbles, yeah. Blossom, and Buttercup.
Yeah.
Again. I can see that.
Which, oh my gosh, side note, which is kind of, I guess it's kind of a trope in TV and film. I watched this TikTok and it was this woman who was talking about the trope of the blonde, the brunette, and the redhead in TV and film. Have you heard of this?
I know of it.
The
I haven't.
trope.
Yeah, I know of the trope. Yeah.
If you look at any TV or movie with 3 or 4 women who are part of the main cast, and they're all white, 9 times out of 10, it will be a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead. Because
Sex in the City. Good example of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Powerpuff Girls. There's plenty of other examples that I'm not thinking of right now, but it was literally a 5-minute video, and they had so many examples of blonde, brunette, and a redhead.
Yep, and even if they don't have those, they'll have the archetypes. The fiery redhead, the dumb blonde, the responsible straight-laced brunette, and it's like in everything, like no matter what it is, Girls Trip has it, and that's black women. Still, you got the horny dumb one, you got the more straight-laced, doesn't know how to have fun one, and you got the one who's the straight person. And in their case, because they have 4 women, they got 2 straight-laced people. But for the most part,
Riverdale, Charlie's Angels, Just My Luck, Gotham City Sirens, Josie and the Pussycats.
You found a list?
Yeah, Totally Spies.
Archie,
which is Archie. Yeah, Clueless, Hocus Pocus, even.
Yep, it's a thing. I guess in the Korean equivalent of that is you get one with black hair, one with purple hair, and one with pink hair.
Yeah, somebody put Harry Potter too.
I mean,
to
a degree.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
They're not entirely wrong. I mean, Hermione's not blonde per se, but close enough. Mm-hmm. Even though she's not the dumb one, Ron's the dumb one. In fact, she's the smartest of the group. But
look at us breaking the mold. None of us are blonde or redhead.
This is true.
I was a redhead for a while, actually, in my teenagehood. But it was like not like proper red. It was like red. I had issues.
Why are you acting like that's a thing? The blue hair is now the new thing. Okay, that's a guarantee.
Yeah, not back in the early 2000s. Early 2000s when you had colored hair, you were a problem teenager. That'd help you if you got purple stripes in your hair. You were rebellious. Such stupid.
But Rumi's whole thing in this movie is easily I think Rumi is the glue that holds this movie together. Easily. Which is fitting because she should be. She's the main character. But it's the fact of like her character arc though is really strong. What did you guys think? Because I've been watching people react to this movie, like, you know, on the internet and stuff. It's always interesting to see what people think is happening when the section in Golden where Rumi reveals her demon patterns. Some people immediately are like, oh, she's a demon in disguise. Other people are like, she's turning into a demon. Other people are like, oh, like a demon's infecting her. Like, I'm always like,
before that part even happened, in the back of my mind, I was like, ooh, I bet she's either going to be like infected by a demon and they're going to have to figure out how to deal with that somehow or something like that. So I figured that she would have to deal with some sort of demon infection. And this is kind of what I alluded to at the beginning when I talked about, like, you know, a cliche thing. This has the kind of cliche of, oh, I'm half evil and half good, or human or good or whatever. So I'm kind of battling with that dichotomy.
Yeah.
And what's my identity? And not that I can't think of any example of other.
Well, no, I was going to say Beautiful Creatures. It was a movie back in the early 2010s where they decide on their like 18th birthday whether they're going to be part evil or be good, and the male witches can choose their side, but the women kind of have to just, you know, they get pushed over one side, and I forget the main character's name, but she is supposed to be on the dark side. You know, she's already got these glowing golden eyes, but then she kind of forces a change to the whole universe, and she's like, no, I also am going to be good. I can't be both. And, you know, she's got the one glowing eye and then the one regular eye. So there's that trope too, where she's like, I'm choosing who I want to be to what I was supposed to be. And much like Remy's character, she's kind of choosing a side too. She's chosen the Demon Hunter side over the demon side. For that scene, I kind of knew what was coming because like Jonathan said, it's very much a cliche trope. But a lot of times the way she would sorrowfully say stuff to herself. And especially that one line, demons don't feel.
Yeah. Well, that's after we find out what she, like, that she has the patterns.
No, when they were writing it. When
that's what I mean.
Zoe,
that's after.
When Zoe and Mira were writing it. Was that after?
That's after, yeah.
Oh, I thought she sang it after.
No, for the whole part of the movie, for the first part of the movie, she gives no indicator, mostly because they don't have time, because they give you the intro song and then they immediately jump into Golden pretty fast. So they don't give you enough time to really know Rumi's personal life for you to know what's going on. That's the first glimpse into who she is that we get to see, like, what this movie's about.
Then I'm mixing up a couple scenes in my head, but I kind of like Jonathan again said, with the cliche of the trope, I was like, there's something going to happen with her being part demon, her being a demon in secret, something involving her and a demon and being part of it. Although she also fell in love with one, so there's also that cliche too. I
do like a lot.
She's like her mom. She's her mama's daughter.
The people theorizing as you're watching it is so funny to me because it's like, I'm like, this is a very, for me, like for us especially, like we've seen all these cliches before. So for me watching it, like after seeing that scene, I'm like, oh, she like part demon or something, and then we get confirmation that that's true. And then when Genu shows up, I'm like, oh, and then she's gonna fall in love with this guy, and then they're gonna whatever. I love people who like the second they see Genu, is that her father? And I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be an awkward movie for you for a large part of it if you still think.
Why would they
father.
think it's her father?
Because he's a demon.
But they made the characters have chemistry.
And he's hot. He's been around for 400 years. It possibly could have smashed her mom.
Did you guys watch the new 28 Years Later?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but Alex has.
Okay.
You can go ahead. I'll catch it when I catch it.
Okay.
That's true.
So, audience spoiler for 28 Years Later. Kind of, and this is just the first thing that popped into my head. When the zombie pregnant lady has the baby.
Oh, they stole that from Dawn of the Dead?
I guess
they
so.
They also did it in what's that movie where they go to Vegas to steal something during the zombie apocalypse?
Oh, Army of the Dead.
Yeah, they also had that trope too.
Yeah, that's right. That
zombie.
is a trope in Army of the Dead. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Sorry, go ahead.
But the zombie pregnant lady has the baby, and then the mom, she's like, the other people are like, the one army guy's like, you need to kill that baby right now. And she's like, no, I can't kill it. And then the kid's like, oh, no, the baby's not infected. The baby's not infected. It's like, it's kind of like that in the sense, like you came from something that is seemingly evil, but for some reason you are good and you're not evil. Like, and that's just understood in the universe.
Somebody, like, I was watching Cinepals watch K-pop, and he made me laugh because he's like, oh, she's like Blade. And I'm like, yes, she is like Blade. She literally is half demon, has all their strengths, none of their weaknesses, because she can't hear the voice of the demon lord, and she kills half the things that she is. Like Blade, who's half vampire and kills vampires. I'm like, she is Blade. That's awesome. Korean female Blade, but for demons.
Yeah. Like I said, that trope's been done quite a bit. So
I thought you were going to mention the cliche that like the second it was like, oh no, she has this secret, but she hasn't told her friends. I'm like, okay, so I know how the third act's going to go. They're going to find out, and then they're going to reject her. But then through the power of friendship, they're going to realize we were wrong the entire time. You are our friend. And then they're going to be like, we accept you for who you are. And they're going to come together like butt cheeks and be the shit.
Good Lord.
Which, okay, that's a thing I have to analyze. If she had these patterns since birth and they've been in a group for however long, they should have noticed that she was maybe insecure about her skin in the sense that she was always covering up her arms and her neck. So why would they be pressuring her to get naked at a bathhouse when she obviously had this insecurity? Those friends, like, I'm
don't pressure her. They just ask her, "Do you want to come?"
They kind of push her a little bit. Yeah,
they were like,
that was the first time, but after that, they were like, "Look, we gonna give up the fight. She not coming. Okay, we just gonna have to accept that." That was the first day. That was day one. They were like, "Come on, girl, let's go to the bathhouse." After that, they were probably just like, "Look, every time we ask this bitch to go to us to the bathhouse, she don't ever want to go."
One of them said something about like, "Oh no, we said you're such a prude" or something like that.
Yeah, that was the first time. That was the first day.
That was still enough. The first time is still enough. I don't like. Everybody knows I don't like physical contact too much. I'm not gonna have Lauren come up to me and be like, "Oh, go give everybody a hug. Go give everybody a hug." She knows me already. She's known me for years. No touchy. We should have pressured her at all.
Like originally, it was just on her shoulder. The patterns like grew later on, but originally it was just on her shoulder. So maybe she used to go to the bathhouse with them and then like covered up just her shoulder. And it was like, she was like, "Oh, my shoulder was hurting." And then after a while, she stopped going. And they're like, "Oh, that's true." They said that she's never gone. So yeah, listen.
Yeah, your story does not work.
All right, fair enough. You got me there. But nonetheless, like, listen, they gave up the fight a long time ago. That's why Mira says, yeah, she don't know how to relax. Because she's like, look, we gave up the fight a long time ago. You be tripping.
I really want to go to a Korean bathhouse. Where is there one in Seattle?
Also, real quick, like one thing I thought about before we move to like another part of the movie is the fact that like, here's how Netflix really didn't know how to capitalize on this moment. Do you realize they could literally, like, because on Spotify, if you look up like the K-pop Demon Hunters, album, it says like Huntrix and or Soulja Boys like as their own group on Spotify, which a lot of things do. But the thing is about like K-pop culture, just much like J-pop culture, they honestly have made, like, because the singers come from different K-pop groups or are singers in their own right or whatever, they have literally made a virtual band. They could easily take Huntrix on the road and make money in concerts and have nobody be there, just be the screen.
Like gorillas.
Yeah, like gorillas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Netflix, y'all are slipping. Y'all could have a whole band right now out on the road making you ticket money. Just get these girls together, sing some songs.
Golden peaked at number 2 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
That's huge.
I would go to a Huntrix concert. I'll go.
That would be cool. Hey,
I want to go to a K-pop concert. I feel like there's good energy there. Kind of like with the Dimension 20, and everybody has the same energy for what they're watching. You're not just going to catch somebody who think it's... Because, like, I've seen so many videos of people who go to concerts and they don't know the artist or something, and they're like, oh, it's so uncomfortable. Oh, I don't like these songs. Or they're, like, not vibing with everybody around them. Or, like, people are doing too much, going crazy, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I paid money to be here. I paid money to scream and have fun and dance around. And the fact that you're just standing next to me being like, ew, people are having fun is like, why go to concerts? Why go to things? Why spend hundreds of dollars to stand around and be upset people are being cringe? Like, the fuck?
K-pop fan, like, so side story, quick anecdote. So when I worked at the Laserdome, we of course did Laser BTS. And this is when I learned how cool K-pop fans are. Because we get fandoms all the time at the Laserdome. And sometimes they're cool and sometimes they're jackasses. Most of the time they're in the middle. There's cool people and jackasses in the same group. But when it comes to the K-pop people, they're always the coolest when at the Laserdome. And so one time I was doing Laser BTS and we had just updated the show with new songs. The thing about the Laser system, though, for those that don't know, is that the show is both live and pre-recorded at the same time. Like, we program the show ahead of time to have cool stuff like logos, special type of programming, stuff like that. And then we also have empty spots for us to fill in live as the show's happening. One of the elements, though, that you got to make sure you have when you do the pre-programmed show is that the audio is linked to the right place. Because how it works is the computer will load up the song and programming based off of where the song and programming is. So if your song is on a flash drive and then that flash drive is not plugged into the computer gets confused and is like, where's the song? Okay, we can't find that, but we found the programming. Here's the programming. So you got to put the song in the right place and link it before you play it. Otherwise, it won't play the song. And so my boss at the time did all of the BTS updates. So I'm performing Laser BTS, and 4 times in different parts of the show, all 4 of the updated songs didn't connect. No audio.
Ooh.
So I couldn't play them, and it kept throwing off the flow of the show. And I got pissed because people paid good money to be here. They're having a good time, all the things. And I forgot that, like, the thing about the Laserdome is it's a very loud sound system, but also there's no secrets in the Laserdome because the sound bounces around the Laserdome in a certain type of way. And so I got, on the 4th time, I just lost it. I crashed out, as the kids would say. And from the booth, I'm sure they could hear me say as loud as possible, "Oh my fucking God!" And they could have easily been pissed. But they cheered me on every single time the show stopped. As long as I got another BTS song loaded up, they were along for the ride. They're like, woo! And after my little crash out, they laughed it off. They all had a good time. If in fact some of them still came up and they're like, "Thanks for the show. It was so amazing. It was so fun." And they still, as long as BTS was playing, woo, BTS, woo. I was like, K-pop fans are the best. They are some of the most positive people. They're some of the nicest people. They enjoy their K-pop. That's all they want. They don't care what's happening. As long as K-pop is going to be playing at some point in the night, they are having a good time.
That's like fair.
I love that. Yeah, they are so like they go hard for their people, which I appreciate. I know, and maybe another thing that might be commentary from the movie is kind of like I don't know what you would call it in the K-pop world, but like the stan wars of it all. Like, because I know that gets intense.
Yeah.
Well,
like
funny enough, somebody actually commented on that. One of the reactions, who's a big K-pop fan, she was like, "This is the only unrealistic part of this movie." And most of the time in K-pop, the K-pop world, they don't put girl groups against boy groups. They put girl groups against girl groups and boy groups against boy groups. It's almost treated like different fandoms entirely. It's not like in America where you'll have NSYNC going up against the Pussycat Dolls or something like that, because we're all in the same market. In Korea, they don't treat it like the same markets. They're like, no, you are two different things. You are two different.
So
entities.
the demon group should have been a girl group.
Yeah, like they would like it. Because also another thing they do in this that would never happen is the clear indicators of the girls liking the boys is like, because then that's another thing in K-pop. Listen, in the K-pop world, if you are an idol, the way they manage their artists, as far as the public is concerned, you are single forever and a virgin. You don't got no boyfriend. In fact, you don't have no desire for any type of romantic relationship. They do have relationships, but they got to keep that shit locked tight like a government secret, because the image needs to be that you are pure and you're,
But I also seen them do that with the K-pop with the boys ones too. Where
boys
they're like,
too, yeah.
You have absolutely no girlfriend. You have absolutely no life. The only people you see are your bandmates. And they make it pure that way, which is like very like crazy and very
It's
intense.
a very controlling music industry. Like they
absolutely.
said BTS, they've recorded a lot of their songs that they've made. The reason they're so popular is because the K-pop is like a machine. They like BTS in particular, like they analyzed all the best pop songs and then grabbed all the elements from those best pop songs to make their songs so that their songs can be the most successful. And it's like, it works. I'm not going to hold them. Like the system works. Butter was everywhere. I was even singing it. Smooth like butter, like criminal undercover. Like I was jamming me some butter.
And now we got soda pop, which food apparently is like a thing. And like just like with K-pop, music, the music in this movie is just absolutely insane. It conveys so much emotion, and it does show the main character's struggle, and the way they just use it is beautiful. Again, disregarding soda pop, my favorite was Idol, which is the end song, which a lot of it got cut, which is very upsetting. I suggest go listening to the full version. Again, YouTube, Spotify, I think Apple Music even has it, so you have options of where to go listen to it. Was really cool and really conveyed how sometimes K-pop music also does like hold you under its spell and kind of gets that person, it kind of does suck you up a little bit. And the way the fans just like kind of went dead-eyed and zombie and were like following, I was like, that sometimes does feel like the K-pop fandom where they just blindly follow, and it's like, okay, sometimes like the energy feels great, but also sometimes maybe don't get sucked too much into that energy of what's going on, Still be a little bit objective. But that song happens to
me. If
my
I was
favorite.
at that concert, I would have been like, look, you got me.
It's yeah, no.
Take it. Take the soul.
I'm outside. I gave it to them earlier. I got nothing.
Right.
That was a jam.
Soda pop.
Soda pop sucked me in. I gave my soul then. So.
I agree with you though. I watched in a review of this movie, somebody said something that I thought was very apt, which was, it's interesting that we in this year alone, we got 2 movies that are talking about the power of music. In Sinner's case, it's talking about, the power of music and how it connects us to our ancestors, but also to forces that are unknown and could also be harmful. And in this movie, it's talking about the power that it has to free people from like the things that that bind them, you know? And so it's like, it's interesting to see two movies that have commentary on music and the power of music, but in different ways.
But this also kind of has the commentary about music throughout your ancestry too, because it has that beautiful scene where it shows when the first hunters, you know, sang that song and how powerful music has been throughout history, how much we've used it to not only influence people, but almost feel like we are protecting. Because when you sing like a little lullaby to your kid to help them go to sleep, or you sing songs when you're depressed and need to, you know, just find a way to cry it out. I've had those moments where I put on that right song because I'm like, I feel it right here. Like I need to cry, but it's not coming. You find that one song that just gets you every single time. And you just start crying while playing a little life movie in your head.
Yeah,
I was telling y'all last few weeks ago, Reflections, Mulan. Gets me.
I was watching, I think I told you guys or somebody about this, but a contestant, I had the voice on. It was just playing, and one of the contestants was singing You Are So Beautiful. And for whatever reason, that just got me. And I was like, ooh, I was messed.
So I was, little side story, I was talking to my mom about what tattoo to get for my cats who had passed away, Snowball and Cheddar. And I actually found one that's really beautiful and one that I'm working with an actual traveling artist to design. And I'm hoping to get a tattoo done in September. But the way it was, it's kind of two cats and kind of an empty space. And my mom was like, oh, are you going to put something there? I was thinking, oh, like a rainbow bridge for when they passed. But also, there was a song I sung to both of them. You Are My Sunshine. Especially when they were kind of near the end. And I was like, that also is like such a powerful, it's such a simple song. It's like a couple verses. But the power of that song to use towards my emotions and have me feel and thinking about my two cats and how many years I had with them and the experience and all the moments. That's such a powerful song and such a powerful thought that only like two verses of a song that are the same words over and over could hold such power over me. And it's much like that with the music in this K-pop and how it's used throughout history to hold so much pain back from with the demons locking them down. It's showing how it holds pain and how it holds, you know, this evil back from you by allowing you to be free and, you know, feel safe too. And just showing that throughout history. And then showing the outfits. I love the outfit change because they could kind of like maybe, you know, like, oh, look, they're change. But they showed proper, like, this is what it looked like in the 60s. So this is what it looked like in the 70s and the evolution of music. Even in places where we didn't really know what was going on during some of that history, we did know what was going on in Korea.
South Korea specifically is more so where a lot of this was happening.
Yeah. So there, but it's still, it would show that influence of like, hey, the 70s go-go boots was in Korea just like it was in America, you know? And a lot of the outfit choices that were over there, they were the same because in the end, it's like all the same. We're all together and we're all connected by this beautiful music and the power behind it. It's just, yeah, I loved it. And I loved how, what is it called? The home?
Hanmoon.
The Hanmoon was like, they always wanted a golden one, but it was always blue. The golden Hanmoon had never been performed before.
I think, and this is something that the director, I looked in the Wikipedia thing and said that apparently in an interview, she has said that she is interested in doing more with this world and with these characters and even maybe doing some side stuff that maybe explains more of the world a little bit. Because that was the thing that was confusing for me is the idea. I'm like,
we need an animated series with each generation.
Please.
Each generation, each episode.
Oh, that would be cool.
Like, because I've heard some K-pop from back in the day. Like, it's also good. Like it of like old school K-pop. But like the thing that is that was the, and not that it was like a plot hole or anything. It was just something I wanted some answers to. Was the whole movie they're trying to get it to the golden Hanmoon is the goal of Huntrix. And my whole thing is I was like, wait, hasn't it been golden before? What happened? Like, I thought that was supposed to be it. Like, they made the golden Hanmoon back in the day, but it seems like
I thought
there
was never a golden Hanmoon.
No, they made it before. That's why it's always the goal of the hunters to get it back to golden.
Oh,
But I'm like, but why? Like the only thing I could figure, and maybe we'll get more answers in another movie or a series or whatever, is the idea that maybe like after the hunter, like until when the hunters die, because they do age, like and get older. When they die, like until new hunters are chosen and made or picked or whatever, the Hun Moon eventually loses his power because no one's keeping it up. No, there's no one making music that's keeping the power going.
so I had pulled
I
up the theory
assume?
just right now. I kind of feel like maybe it's only golden when you need it the most. Maybe like it's normally just a regular blue one because you only really need like this wall built if if like a tidal wave's trying to come over. I'm sorry, if like a normal wave's trying to hit. But when a tidal wave comes, you got to reinforce that wall, you know? So I think only when it is needed, only when it has to be as strong as it can be, because they were on the brink of full demon invasion at the moment, does it churn like maybe golden? I don't
I
know.
can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to. It's like that's that. And then mind again, it's like it's not anything that takes me out of the movie. It was just something I was thinking about the whole time, where I was like, "Huh, I wonder why. Like, I wonder why it's not golden now." And Celine's still alive, but I guess she doesn't have her other two. Like the mom died, like Rumi's mom, who was a part of the Sunlight Sisters, and then we don't know what happened to the other one. So I guess because she doesn't have her girls, she's like, "Nah, I gotta make a new group so that they can, pick up where we left off." So I guess that makes sense. Well, we talked a lot about the heroes. Let's talk about the villains. Like we already kind of mentioned the Saja Boys, at least in their music. But what'd you guys think of, I guess, not just the Saja Boys, but also our main, well, I guess we have two main villains, but our main antagonist turned protagonist, Genu, and then also Kima, who is I assume the main bad guy, even though he's not in the movie as much as Genu is. Jonathan, you go first.
I don't know. I thought it was a cool, like we kind of touched on, like, oh, maybe the antagonist, like now knowing that context of pitting the girl groups against each other, it would have been maybe cool to see if the rival girl group and they had a lead antagonist. But then again, there was the kind of like romance interest, and at the beginning when they first see the Saja Boys, they're like, oh, these boys are cute. Like that's how they kind of get
popcorn
their attention.
eyes animation was
That
so
sequence.
funny. That made me laugh so much with the butter on the corn
and the abs.
The abs. She even cuts him in the abs after the end of the movie. She's like, no more abs. I've had enough.
But I was thrown off a little bit, like when all of a sudden he had a change of heart and decided to throw himself up against the what's it called?
Oh, the blast from Kima.
Yeah.
Soul blast.
Like it seemed a little like, oh wait, you stood 10 toes down all this time, and now all of a sudden you're gonna sacrifice.
Well, I wouldn't say 10 toes, at least like maybe 4. But he was getting shaky. Did you not hear the song Free? Did you not hear them lyrics? All right. You don't sing like that with the main character and not already be on shaky ground. All right. He was already waning by that point.
That's true. But if I was this name, I keep forgetting the names.
Kima?
Shoot, I'm on the wrong page.
Is it Kima?
Wait,
is that
is it Jinyu?
No, I'm thinking of Rumi.
If
I was
all the way.
I thought
if I was Rumi, I would have been like, if you was just gonna do this, you could have saved us all this time. Like you could have.
No.
She needed to have that fight. She needed to struggle with herself.
Also, she needed to be free, okay? It's a good thing the demons exposed her and she had that come to Jesus moment in that garden, all right? She had to realize she is perfect the way she is.
But you done embarrassed me on national television.
It's fine.
You embarrassed me.
Didn't we tell you the K-pop stands don't care? You saw T-shirt guy? He had Huntrix T-shirts ready at a moment's notice. It didn't matter what he was wearing. He was ripping that bad boy off to reveal that Huntrix T-shirt. Ready, okay? They don't care. They broke up 2 seconds ago. And already people done forgot about that. They were like, oh, they back together? Hell yeah, let's go. Only not even 5 minutes ago, they fought on stage. That's the audience saw. And then they got back together that same night, and nobody batted an eye. Nobody cared.
What were you gonna say, Jonathan? Before?
Oh, that was about
that was it.
What were you gonna say?
I don't even know anymore.
Oh.
Did you have a favorite? Since you're the Saja boy stan of the group, did you have a favorite Saja boy?
I mean, most of them did talk.
Right.
Yeah. Well, listen. No, I'm not saying based off personality. I'm talking about looks. All right. Like they all had distinct looks. Like, which one was the one you liked? Do you like the mystery with the hair over? Did you like Abby? Did you like them abs popping?
Abby. That's
shirt
his name?
flapping in the wind. Yeah,
Abby.
his name was Abby. Yeah. They didn't have very original names. Baby was the one that looked like a baby. Romance was the one who was kind of weird. I think because his hair was pink, I guess. I don't know. And then Genu, the only one with a real name. Listen, it don't matter. Their names don't matter. There's a whole group that you know very well. Don't nobody give a damn about their real names, but you do know Baby Spice, Posh Spice. You know what I'm saying? The Spice Girls. Yeah.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Yes, if I had to go with anybody, Mystery.
Yeah,
I like the helmet hair. Yeah, I don't gotta look you in the eyes. There's no of that like look me in the eyes crap.
What about you, Jerome?
Of the Saja boys?
Yeah,
or,
easily.
Yeah, the villains in general.
Is it Abby? Is it Abby?
It's Baby. It's Baby.
Baby?
Like, I love the man's got bars. He was out here spitting on the mic every time. Every K-pop group has to have their dedicated rapper. Baby's a pretty good one. He's a pretty good rapper.
I have looked at some K-pop artists, and yeah, they always have one that looks like really young to them too. But it's always funny because you look it up, and they're the oldest one on the team.
Like, you know what it is too? I think it's because him and Zoe both. Because Zoe's also, she's the cutest one ever. But then she gets into her raps, and you just like, oh snap! She got bars. She out here killing. That's why it always makes me laugh in that opening when that girl's like, yeah, when she raps, she goes hard. Like, she gets scary. Like, really scary. Like, you better watch out. I don't know why that performance makes me laugh every time, but I'm like, I guess imagine the booth, her doing that finger wag too. Just like in the movie.
Like in a lot of K-pop groups, different singers have different like skill sets or specialties.
Yeah.
Like ATEEZ, the group that I'm seeing next week, I saw them last year. That was my first time seeing them live. I had listened to their album like once. And there is one of the guys in the group, he literally has a voice that I like compare in my mind to Freddie Mercury. Like, he is a powerhouse. And they each have like, some of them have their own songs that they just sing by themselves that are like part of the album. So they come out and they just sing their own song. And when he sang his song, I was like, dang. Like, I did not realize. I was unaware.
Well, I think that's we were talking about K-pop as the machine. That is part of it. They're like, look, we have every genre. I think that's why I like K-pop so much. It's very eclectic. They'll have songs that are like R&B songs. They'll have songs that are pop songs. They'll have songs that are hip hop songs. They'll have songs that are a mix of two. Like, it's pop at one part, but then it's hip hop at another part. Like, it's kind of like that, where it's a very mix of genres.
they have a lot of members in the group sometimes, but that just gives it so much more range. Like you'll have that one singer who has like the deepest voice out of nowhere. They'll just like start singing and it's like the deepest voice and you're like, whoa, okay. Everybody else is like high, like 3 octaves higher than you, and all of a sudden you just drop it really low with this bass, and it's like, oh, okay. I like hit a little too hard.
But I'm sorry, Alex. I didn't give you like what did you think of the bad guys?
I actually thought it was very interesting the way they use them, because as we continue to talk about, K-pop, I've seen that where they mentioned, I saw a review or somebody talking on TikTok where a lot of the songs, have no substance, but it's also they're singing about what you could do for them, that you're their soda pop, your possession, things like that, your soul belongs to me, and what kind of you do for like quote unquote the relationship, when like the Hunter song is more about like, oh yeah, us working together, us being together, fighting evil and going against things more so. So it also does show, I like how they use the love songs and things like that to cover up that message, cover up that hollowness. It was so well done. Jinyu, I really am shocked that people were like, oh, that's her father. Like, wouldn't you recognize? First of all, they would have them look a little more alike. Secondly, like, I feel like there would just be so many other indicators. But I knew it was going to have this, like, Romeo and Juliet feel to it. But I agree with Jonathan. He just, like, he goes really hard on, like, no, we're going to destroy the world. Also, you're half demon. You should be hearing demon stuff, too, with the feelings. He's like, what do you mean demons don't feel? All we do is feel. And she has that moment of, do they feel? Well, you're half demon. You should feel. You're feeling. Like, yes. But you also get to learn a lot about how, like, there's full demons, and then he's the one who kind of sold his soul for the pain to stop. And then you start thinking about, like, well, they are an evil K-pop band, but also they sold their soul for a reason, So much has gone on in Korean history to why one may sell their soul in war and famine and things like that, So it's kind of like they're evil with a purpose. And I think that I wish they had been able to dive more into that, about why each one could sell their soul, and especially like Baby, because he's so young. What could have happened to him that he would want to sell soul at such a young age? Another pointed out about Mystery, about how he talks about concealing emotions, how not letting people see the real you. That was a lyric like they took out when they took out when they crunched down Idol. His lyrics were about hiding behind a mask and everything, and how people are like, oh, you don't see his face. He's hiding, his eyes, so you don't see his emotions and things like that. So they really went into detail with this, bad boy band, but they weren't given enough time to explain it. And that's what's upsetting. There is so much more to them, but we don't get the time because Netflix are assholes. Okay.
Well, I'll ask this question, and we can go into final thoughts.
Oh, I didn't get my thing about the bad guys.
I thought you already did.
Yeah, I thought you did too.
I asked you. I said, what is...
we jumped
my
to
favorite
you.
is. I didn't give my thing.
Okay.
Go on.
I was just going to say, piggybacking off of what you said, I do like the history. We were talking about the attention to detail to Korean culture. And somebody brought that to my attention, of that, like, Jinwoo talks about being in poverty, but the movie doesn't go into detail of why. And he was like, oh, well, actually, if Jinwoo is 400 years old and we're going off of 2020s, he would have been in the 1600s when, like, Korea had been invaded. It had gone through a famine. It were going through a lot of turmoil, unless you were, like, close to the emperor. That was pretty much the only way you were doing okay. And so it makes, and I, like, knowing that detail gives a lot more credence to the idea that Jinwoo actually probably was a good guy, but, like, given the circumstances, I'm not saying I would have been in my family, but I would not think about it if there's a chance.
Yeah.
Considering the circumstances of where they were at in that time period. Because
And they
it's
do
like, it
show
was
the
pretty
moment where the
bad.
demon whispers into his ear. He's like, hey, I can make this pain go all away. I can get rid of all this. You don't have to suffer anymore. Nobody has to suffer. Your family doesn't have to suffer. And yeah, if it came to my family and everything, I would definitely probably follow that demon, especially in a time like with famine and, well, especially in a time where you're experiencing famine and everything. Yeah, it's definitely understandable to why this innocent kid would want to do anything to protect his family during this time too.
Yeah. The only thing that I think was most interesting about him as a character, though, is the fact that, again, we talk about that tonal shift. They early on, like we get this great intro with him singing in the demon world, and then we get the Soulja Boys entrance, and they sing Soda Pop, and then shortly after that, they waste no time letting us see his silly side. Like, see that this dude is actually very
where he almost
goofy.
falls down.
Yeah, he almost falls down the bathhouse. That little giggle he does, he's really like, it's like, I'm sorry, are you like a goblin or something? What the hell? What's wrong with you? And it's like he's very goofy character, but it's to disarm you, because we're gonna get more into this character later, and so we don't need you hating him or just thinking he's just a one-note bad guy. Like, we have to show you he's very complex and he's got more layers to him. And so they do a great job setting the breadcrumbs in place so that when we get into the more of those more deeper scenes with him and Rumi talking together, it works, because without them, it would have fallen a lot more flat. So, like, that's great. And then I would have
their
more to
way
say
of
about,
keeping him more human.
yeah,
And reminding
keeping him
you
very
he's
human.
not like a demon born. He was a human that was turned into a demon. So they're like, oh, look, he's still very human, even though he's been a demon for like 400 years.
Mm-hmm. And then I would have more to say about Kima, but like, he is the one-note bad guy in this. I mean, granted though, Byung-hun Lee, great voice casting. Like, he's the man you can't fit. He's always he's played good guys before too, but he plays a great bad guy. All right, even when he's not saying nothing. I remember when one of my first times ever recognizing him was when I was a kid, and he played Storm Shadow in G.I. Joe, and that movie was trash. But you know who wasn't trash in the movie?
I remember that movie.
Byung-hun Lee. He was the shit. He was so freaking cool. And he was a bad guy. And there's scenes where he don't say shit. He just stands there, muscled up, ready to throw down some swords. And I'm like, he's intimidating. I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to fight that guy. So he's really good. But as a voice actor, he's really does a great job.
Did that have Channing Tatum in it?
It did, yes. The first one did. The second one kind of did for all of like 5 minutes. And they're like, Channing, this is The Rock's movie now. Get your ass up out of here. And blew his ass up.
Damn it, The Rock. Keeps taking movies.
But like like, he does a great job of selling the menace for sure of Kima, like, without having to do too much. Like, he really does, like, especially because, listen, I've seen animated movies pull off a lot. It's been a rare sight to see an animated movie pull off just a flaming mouth, and he's the scariest thing in this movie. He has no body. He don't look like nothing. He's just a fiery mouth, and yet you're like, ah, shit. Hey, Genu, you better get right, because Kima ain't playing. He would gladly cook your ass. Don't think it's a game, okay?
The sand monster from Aladdin, when they have the cave open, he didn't scare you?
Nah.
No?
Jafar in Genie mode did. I was like, whoa, he's kind of scary.
I'll give you that. No, the cave when you first enter into where you can get the lamp. Yeah. Yeah, because when you took a step in, he'd breathe. He'd go, and I'm like, why? That's an asshole move. You make me think you're trying to eat me, and you're like, make me nervous. All I want to get is lamp.
But I like the bad guys. I like the Soulja Boys. I think they had a lot of personality, and you're right. It is a shame we didn't get to see a lot of it, of the other members. I mean, granted, it's fine that it kind of feels like they're just like they're the generic villains because Genu really gets a lot of the screen time, so we at least get one complex villain. But it's true. It would have been nice if all the boys got some complexity to them. But maybe in the next project. But yeah, Jonathan, do you want to go into your final thoughts? I see you're ready to
Wait,
tell us.
one more thing I wanted to say about the animation of this movie. I really liked it every time they ate.
Oh yeah,
because
so
they kept all the characters like in such pretty mode with the guys and the girls. Everybody was really pretty and stand. But when they ate, they really just turned them into like these cartoon style like kid animation cartoon style going
Zoe's
on.
little like
yeah,
like, that's still my favorite.
Where she's like turns into a little thing and she's just eating. Or when they were eating the soup before they jumped off the plane. They're like,
yeah, although a lot of people comment when they see Rumi just down that whole,
Yeah, that was a little weird. Where she put the whole
spring roll thing,
whole spring roll
down the throat. I was like a lot of people just like, ooh, girl.
Yeah, that one seems a little like it. Yeah.
So that's why every time, like when she has that scene, I'm everyone's type. I'm like, I bet you are. I saw that shit in the beginning.
Jerome.
Anyway, kids programming. Kids.
This is a Christian podcast.
This is a family.
Listen, the adults know. The kids don't know, but the adults.
This is a
family.
2/3
anyway,
Christian podcast.
Final thoughts. I really enjoyed, and this is the question that I was gonna ask. For time's sake, just include this in your final thought. Answer this question in your final thought. Because you guys were saying like, oh, wish we could have seen a little bit more of this and that. Maybe in the next one, if we do have a sequel, which it seems pretty inevitable since this movie is doing very well, what would you want to see in it? For me, I guess I didn't really think of that answer to that question really a lot. I just wanted to put it out there. But I think maybe I'd want to see the dynamics of Huntrix, maybe like adding a new member. Maybe they have a new member and then it's like that dynamic. Maybe like the label is forcing them to add a new member and she's also a hunter. The new member is also a hunter. And it's the dynamics of, okay, we've worked together for this long and we have to deal with this new addition to our team. Maybe either that or they go on a world tour. One of those two things. Yeah, I enjoyed this movie. My grade, I would probably give it an A, like a solid A. I enjoyed it from front to finish. Netflix sometimes really do know what to be doing with their animated stuff. I think back to our review of when we did what's the movie with the boat?
Sea Beast.
Yes, the Sea Beast.
Carl Urban was in that.
Wow, hey.
Yeah. Love that man.
Which I enjoyed that movie as well. That's the last Netflix animated movie that I can think of us reviewing. But
yeah, I think so.
Other than that, from Jerome at the beginning, you said that the first couple minutes of this movie really hooked you, and that was the same with me too. I really appreciated that they got a lot of the exposition just straight up out the way. They told us exactly this is how it works, this is the world that we're in, and this is what you can expect in the movie. I also liked how when they were on the plane at first with the demons who were pretending to be like their flight crew, it really set up how good they are at what they do with how they dealt with those demons. It was just like, they weren't even scared. They were like, this is just another day. They weren't even worried. Like, oh man, they were annoyed. They weren't even like bothered or scared. And that just really set up for the rest of the film. Like, this is how good they are at what they do. And it showed throughout the rest of the movie. So, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I had a good time, and I'd watch a sequel. Alex, what is your grade, final thoughts, and what would you like to see in a sequel?
I say this is an A. It was beautifully done. Animation was great, and although I talked about the colors in my initial commentary, in spoilers, it's just so beautifully used, and the way. What was the cat's name? I keep thinking about it as the cat.
I think they said the cat's name is Derpy. Actually, funny enough.
Oh, I thought you just.
Yeah, I thought you just said derpy because, like, yeah, some of the artwork from like back in those like 16, 17, 1800s, when they drew animals like they were drawing them from memory, and they had never seen a cat or dog before.
Okay, so apparently they don't have official names, but the creative team called them Derpy and Sussy.
Yeah.
I like how they had them like glowing, and the glowing was really well done because the animation was well done, actually. And just I can't express enough how much the usage of color was just as powerful as the usage of music in this movie as well. They balanced each other so well, so it was a way for you to see the music and how it not only protected the land, but the world and keeping the demons down, but how it also came from like inside people. How although it was representing their souls coming out and helping to fight the big bad, it was also the music within them that helped them too. And showing it how it connected from generation to generation, decades to decades. Just it was a beautiful movie, well done. And you're right, it does skip to a lot of like just the main points right away starting off. That's because it was cut down so much. So they're like, all right, if we want to hook people's attention, I will not forgive Netflix for this. If we want to hook people's attention, then we have to like just get our point across, which they did really well. And I hopefully they get some merchandise, hopefully Netflix maybe fucking figures out. It's not even just Korean dramas. Netflix just bets on the wrong movies over and over. Once in a while they'll get one, and then they're like, oh, we figured out the algorithm, we figured out the formula, and then they give us the same shit over and over until finally some international influence, almost like we want new, fresh, creative ideas. I digress. That's not about this show or movie.
And
all
they
the songs.
Medea's Destination Wedding coming out this weekend.
You lie.
It's already out.
Is that really?
100%. Oh yeah,
no,
maybe it came out.
No, it's not.
Already out. Yep.
Next review, folks.
Are you like?
No. It's
okay.
Next review.
No, I meant, is that movie real? I just dropped my phone.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh yeah, it is a real movie.
I was like,
so they have added a bunch of merch. I'm looking at it now. There's a lot of merch now. So now there's a lot of merch you can get.
I dropped my phone. Did I guys send you a text by accident?
Although it's priced out the damn ass. What the hell is this?
Because they didn't make enough merch in time. So they're like, oh, let's make a few pieces. Anyway, movie's great. Music, all of it's a banger. All of it, I say go to, again, whatever your platforms are and go listen to the full versions. They're so much more powerful, so much more interesting. If we get a second movie, I want to see what their new antagonist is going to be. And I hope we get a little more backstory with those antagonists. Because just with Soldier Boy, they had a story to them, but we didn't get the time to get them told. So I hope next time we get the characters, opposite, to get a little more fleshed out. I don't know for storyline what I would like, but I would like the characters to be more fleshed out. Maybe I would have liked Junyu a little bit better. Because all you got is like Jinyu. Sorry.
There you go. I was
Jinyu.
just clarifying.
Well, you correct me all the time, Jerome. Sometimes it feels a little personal.
That is true. Listen,
No.
I try to help. You always tell me to like to help.
Maybe
I do.
Wait, I thought of another storyline, or maybe because I don't think they specified how long these the hunters they stay in, they reign or what. I don't know what the word would be.
I assume they go until they die. Or until they can't do their 3-part harmonies anymore. Because in Celine's case, she doesn't have her 2 girls, but it's just her by herself.
But you have to go by popularity, though. So eventually you're going to lose popularity maybe 20 years in.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that
your
could be
fan
the
base.
plot of the next
that
one.
could be it.
Like
Yeah,
they're
there's
losing popularity and there's someone else coming to replace them or something, maybe.
Yeah. So they would have to like create the new ones. I feel like if anything, the storyline would be like, hey girls, your like music slowing down, so we have to prepare the next girl group for what's happening. And it's maybe training these, girls who like don't take it as seriously. They're like, hey, as long as we sing and are famous, what does it matter if we know how to properly like fight the demons? That's what we're doing already, right? Protecting it and everything. So I can kind of see that as another storyline.
I've already given my grades. So you already know where I'm at with it. It's definitely an A plus.
I think this is the second review in a row where Jerome has given the highest score.
Oh, possibly.
What was the first one?
Well, last week we did, or last time we did Superman, and I gave it an A minus. You guys gave it, I think, like.
I thought you gave it an A plus.
Yeah, I think you gave it a play.
No, I gave it A minus. It was gonna be a B plus, and then I gave it an A minus. I bumped it up.
I gotta get a new screen protector for my phone.
What did you just crack your screen?
Protector.
Well, also, if you want the here, if it'll make you feel better while you do it, you can have Rumi's Choo Choo pajama pants.
I was just looking at the
for
merch
$64.
That's what I'm saying. It's too damn high. Like these taxes.
I like this. Jerome, pull up the Saja Boys can-shaped glass. I like that.
Oh,
for
that's
$25.
Hold on, that's the previous page. Hold on. These?
Oh yeah,
oh my God.
Those are cool. But the shirt,
I do like those though.
Yep, Abby shirt.
Oh no.
I did find the shirt I would probably buy. Hold on, it's I think on the third. Is it on the third page? No, it's on the fourth page. Where is it? No, there it is. It's on the third page. That's my shirt right there, Zoe. That's all I need
for $37.
That's cute.
I wouldn't pay $37 for it, but I would love that shirt.
Not only that, it's faded, so it's a faded T-shirt.
Yeah,
I wouldn't pay money for a faded T-shirt.
It's just too high. Like all the merch is far too damn high.
They got 6 pages worth of merch.
Yeah, that was saying they overhauled. They were like, we gotta get, like, it's just like they called as the second this movie blew up, they called the design team late in the night. Hello, get your ass to the goddamn office right now. I need you designing shirts. I need you designing posters. I need you designing cups. I don't give a damn. We might even do baby bibs. It don't matter. We need to give merch out.
That's a character named Baby.
That's true. Hey,
I do want that Soulja Boy cup. Like I would buy that if it wasn't $25. Also, I'm building a Japanese garden. It has nothing to do with it, but I built the house part. The little soup inside.
Hey,
isn't that cute? I just knocked it over, so I.
Is that a Lego? Is that?
Yeah.
Hey.
It's my Lego set. A little teapot and things inside.
But I was gonna say, like, I really, if you couldn't tell already, I really enjoy this movie. I think it's a fantastic film. It's definitely on my expectations list for 2026. Yes, I've already been building it. And it's just from everything, from the animation to the theming and even the stuff that's undercurrent. Like we were talking about the whole thing of the Saja Boys music being, very like soulless, but at the same time it's tearing up the Hanmoon because everybody, like, it doesn't, unlike the Huntrix's music, it doesn't make the demons go away. It just distracts you from seeing them. I love like all the thematics in the movie. That's just like when you start to pull the layers of this movie apart and go even deeper than the surface level stuff, which is already enjoyable. There's so much more to this film, and I think that for me is why it gets an A+, because it's so much more layered than it appears. And it's like you can, like, if you just want to enjoy this movie for what it is, you know, it's this fun animated film about these 3 girls kicking ass and fighting demons, you can do that. But if you want more, if you want to dive in deeper, if you want to ask questions, if you want to get into the themes of this movie, that is all available. And it all informs the movie that we have without having to try hard or without having some big montage where they explain to you the theme of the movie or anything like that. They won't need it. This movie is so well constructed from top to bottom. And it reminds me a lot of Nimona. Was the same way. Another sleeper hit on Netflix that blew up in like social media, but not to this degree. I think this one has a chance to possibly win the Oscar because Nimona was nominated, but I don't think it won it. I think this one might win it. At the very least, it should win Best Original Song. Yeah, for Best Animated. But it's like this movie, and kudos to Sony Pictures Animation. I was reading on the Wikipedia. Apparently, the reason this movie looks the way it does is because of Spider-Verse, because that's also made by Sony Pictures Animation, and they wanted.
I told you, Spider-Verse was going to start becoming the new base. It's going to start becoming the
definitely has.
You have to hit this level, or anything under that is just going to be like compared to it doesn't look as good as Spider-Verse. It doesn't look as good as Spider-Verse. Didn't think that once when I saw this movie. This movie was beautiful, detailed. I mean, even the background characters were like well thought out. Because somebody pointed out an old anime. And they're like, like cartoon anime. You look in the background and the characters' hands are like this. They're not drawn out. They're just like these like triangles and stuff. And like this animation, even the background characters are very detailed. Very, you could see the hair follicles. You could see the glimmer in their eyes. And like,
and this one, they have to draw a lot of people with, animate a lot of people with the crowds and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so. Like what's even crazier too is the thing is like Sony Pictures Animation is really marking out they're a niche for themselves. They are putting their stamp in their place in the animation space. Because you know what I mean? Because for the longest time it was just Disney and DreamWorks, and they were pretty much it. And then you had the few outliers like Blue Sky, Illumination, stuff like that. Sony Pictures Animation is like, move your asses over. We're coming in. Look, either you letting us in or we coming in. Either way, the result's gonna be the same. And they're doing a fine job of it, of like leading the charge in animation. When everyone's doing your shit, Ninja Turtles had the same type of animation style. Puss in Boots had the same animation style. You know what I mean? Like Arcane, even to a degree, like it had this animation style. Like everyone's doing the same things after Spider-Verse and following behind the lead that Sony Pictures Animation has started. And even then, they still can't beat them at their own game, because this movie again proves they know this style better than anybody of how to really make it work.
You want to know what's coming up for Sony Pictures Animation soon? On August 13th, they have another Netflix movie coming out called Fixed.
Is that the one with the dog?
The dog.
Or whatever? Yeah.
Okay.
Starring Adam Devine, Idris Elba, and Catherine Hahn, Fred Armisen, Beck Bennett, Bobby Moynihan. Okay. Alex, what were you gonna say?
I was like, I hear the word fixed and dog, and I was trying to think, is that what I think it is? And then I saw a picture of it. Yes, that is what I think it's going to be about.
Although it doesn't look like it's. It doesn't look like it's. It looks like it's 2D. It looks like it's hand drawn. Maybe. I don't think it's in the same animation style. They have a Steph Curry film called GOAT, where it looks like he plays a goat.
I have heard of this. Yeah.
No, he's not in it. He just produces it.
Oh. Okay.
Caleb McLaughlin plays. No, he's not in it either. But Gabrielle Union is in it, who's Dwayne Wade's wife.
That looks like it's going to be a better animation. Hey, look, I can see her face strong.
Yes, you can.
And then Spider-Verse, Beyond the Spider-Verse. A Ghostbusters spinoff film.
We'll see. They keep delaying it.
And that's about it for the meantime. But I am interested in watching GOAT in a couple weeks. I mean, sorry, Fixed. Fixed in a couple weeks.
Really?
Listen, this is a man who liked trap, okay? Of course he is.
Hey! I should not be my judgment should not be based.
I'm sorry, I just had to throw that in there.
And a lot of people,
I give this one a hard time for. I give this one a hard time for Sharknado. I got to give you a hard time for something.
Fuck you! I'm not ashamed of Sharknado. I said that loud and proud. I got retweeted by one of the creators. I'm proud of who I am. Will not
and
be
did he comment on our TikTok too?
He did, and he reposted because I was making you guys watch the last Sharknado movie, Sharknado in Time.
But anyway, so I can't recommend KPop Demon Hunters enough. Watch the movie if you get a chance, please, and have some fun. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy this movie. It's a fun time. Yeah, and hopefully Huntrix will become an actual group that just goes on tour, and we all could just.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm prepared for this Halloween to see a bunch of people in sleeping bags just walking around, and they're like, "Who are you?" I'm Mira from KPop Demon Hunter.
That's the costume you think is gonna go raging, the sleeping bag one?
You'll be surprised. Somebody was weird enough to do it. Also, we didn't talk about them much, but also Kim Jong and Daniel Day Kim are also great in this movie. And I'm glad they avoid the cliche, because I was prepared for Daniel Day Kim to be evil. And it's like, nope, he's just a silly guy. Just a silly dude. And Kim Jong, too, I expected him to turn on Huntrix, and that never happens either. He's just like, nah, I'm the loyal manager, and that's it. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's what's up. So they're great too. They don't get a lot of time in the movie, but they're great.
Sure.
So yeah, comment below, audience. Tell us what you thought about KPop Demon Hunters. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you in the middle? Did you tell your friends? Comment below if you're on the YouTube channel. Tell us what you thought about KPop Demon Hunters. And if you are on the audio streaming platform, email us, at thefirstones2die@gmail.com, or just, well, actually I found out Spotify and some other audio podcast places do have comments. So actually you can comment in the comments down below and tell us what you think about KPop Demon Hunters as well. But as we do with every episode, before we go, socials. Jonathan, where can people find you?
You can find me at Jonathan Keys on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you please. You can follow us at The First Ones to Die, all social media platforms. You can email us, thefirstones2die@gmail.com. If you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe. And if you're listening to us on your favorite audio listening platform, then go ahead and give us a 5-star rating and review. Alex, where can people find you?
You can find me at Alex and Nobody on Instagram and on TikTok, although I'm hopefully changing that this week. Because yeah. Because every time I say it, it's like, it just sounds so sad now. But you can find me over there as of now. You can also find me on the podcast TikTok, where I post clips of episodes we have done, topics we have talked about, or show you little clips or show you things we may be discussing in the future. I haven't done much posting this past week because I've been just kind of resting for once, and it's been quite nice. So, but I'll go back to posting plenty of clips. So come join me over there. Jerome.
You can find me at Not Jerome Rhett on Instagram. And also check out the YouTube channel for extra content. Please go on over there. It's a fun time. We got some stuff coming soon. It's been kind of a busy month, so I haven't had time to upload, but I have been working on some stuff. So some stuff is coming to the YouTube channel. I know Alex has some ideas for some stuff that is going to be coming to the YouTube channel soon.
I have been posting more shorts on there, showing clips of, being able to show you exactly what's going on in the episodes, hoping to entice you guys to come join us over there. I posted one recently from our trivia episode where math just kicks our ass so hard. We all are on the verge of tears and insanity. So come join us and see that craziness there. Man, that bonus round really just was a fever dream. It was an absolute fever dream.
That was a fun moment.
Jerome, you did terrible on that episode.
Oh, it's very true. It's very true.
Yeah.
Trivia Wizard didn't come through like you thought he would.
Maybe because you were sweating and then couldn't see the answers because of the hood. That could have been had to do something with it too. You were like
a wig
overheated.
at points.
It did. But anyway, continue.
There's tons of stuff up there, like fun shorts. We've got book reviews, mini reviews, gaming content, vlog stuff, and on top of that, we have video versions of our podcast episodes. So if you want to see more visual components, sometimes we share our screens. Sometimes in the case of the trivia episode, there's all visual. So you can see the read the answers with us and, join in on the fun. So go on over to the YouTube channel if you're not already over there. If you are already over there and you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Like, favorite, share, all the things. And tell your friends. Spread on this podcast goodness. Don't hold it on to yourself. I know you're a little selfish, but that's okay. You know what I mean? Just we can all change. Just go ahead and just start sharing it out like free samples. Everybody get a taste. You know what I mean? And don't be stingy. Yeah, there you go. That's your directive coming off of the summertime. Tune in next week for something. We still have a retro review to do. Thinking of trivia, actually, from Alex. We still have our Spaceballs retro review to do. But who knows? Maybe we might do something else next week. Hard to say, but only one way for you to find out, and that's to tune in. But until then, have a good night, good morning, good evening, whenever you're listening to this, and we will catch you for the next one. Bye.
Peace.
Bye. Go on over to the YouTube channel at The First Ones to Die to see all the fun stuff we got going on here, like mini reviews, book reviews, gaming videos, vlogs, all types of stuff.
Please follow us at The First Ones to Die everywhere. Go ahead and give us a like and subscribe.